picked up an $18 million club option for next year. Former Cowboy Anthony Brown tore his Achilles, was on the Pittsburgh practice squad, but now is signed with the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers and Cowboys play on the 8th, and the Rangers get back in action against the Red Sox today at 1:05.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake up, wake up, wake me up.
So wake me up.
Wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the back with a left hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
How about them Cowboys?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I'm just excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
That's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson, hence the R's. Easy E, Evan Hefner on the other side of the double pane. Welcome to Wednesday. You know why I know it's Wednesday?
Oh, did you get the trash
I
out?
got it out. My wife said, stop talking about that stuff on air.
This, how's she even up? Every now and then. I guess sometimes it goes over into the
No,
next
I think
segment.
somebody told her about one of the days when I came on and said I didn't get the trash out. I think somebody had ran into her during the day.
Gotcha.
She's like, why are you airing our laundry on?
Tell her, honey, I'm an entertainer. Sometimes I get in trouble for going too far, too.
I ain't got nothing to talk about but me and us. So,
Right.
I mean, it's only what I've been a part of that I know what to speak of. So forgive me if I air some dirty laundry. But hey, it's Wednesday. We made it. We're almost there. We heard from the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. We're going to hear a lot from Jerry today. Of course, the hyperbole that goes along with the winning Dallas Cowboy teams kind of reaches all over the place. Micah Parsons for MVP has now begun. It's kind of like the early Heisman campaigns that universities have. You kind of first got to float the guy that's really good, then they have to perform on the field, and then the next thing you know, as a program director on a radio station, you start getting weird stuff from. They think I'm like a Heisman voter, or they want us to promote stuff. A couple of years ago, out of nowhere, I got a Ed Oliver bobblehead.
What?
And Ed Oliver, the defensive lineman from Houston.
Yeah.
They had a Heisman campaign. I've gotten towels from other players from the SID department. So I think the Cowboys are now kind of willingly kind of pushing along the narrative.
So maybe we'll get a pair of Quinn Ewers Hey Dudes to promote him.
That's right.
The Hey Dude movement.
Does Quinn Ewers, he got a deal with Hey Dudes?
Yeah, he did. And even though he's got benched, Milroe got an NIL deal with Hey Dude. How good is life for college athletes when you get benched and you still getting NIL money?
You got to pay for it one way or the other. So the Micah for MVP.
Oh my God! Let's start it.
And this is great too because we got the Watts now involved. You got Micah doing his own podcast.
Shout out to Micah for the pod, and shout out to his team for letting him do a pod.
You hear that?
Hey! What did you? I didn't say anything.
Did I say anything? I didn't say. I was actually talking to the Austin Spurs.
Okay,
not ours.
Shout out to letting your stars do what they want to do.
I'm a damn Spur.
Shout out to letting your stars. If your star wants to do a pod or do an interview or come in studio with Rob and Jason,
which we've had offers. I like that the Watts are hanging together though.
Wouldn't you take up for your brother?
I mean, I think JJ's getting tired of just sitting and watching something. So he had to get into the news.
Is there a better injury lawyer than your brother?
Not that I'm aware of.
See?
Is JJ doing TV?
He's on like CBS.
Is he doing CBS? That's right.
CBS.
He's on the pregame show.
I haven't seen it.
How's he look? How's he doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a rookie.
So is he sitting in with like Jimmy and Terry?
Well, no, it's with Nate Burleson and
CBS.
And Brett Howard.
JB. That's JB.
As you can tell, I don't watch those.
I don't watch anything. I turn my TV on at 11:59.
And it's on the red zone, so it's not even on the broadcast. So, no, I didn't realize he was there. But at least he's out stepping for his bro. And his bro had a heck of a game the other night and worthy of contention. And we will speak of that. We're going to hear from Jerry. It's Wednesday, and that rhymes with Wimby. So we'll be talking about the NBA, which, by the way, Media Day is October the 2nd. Did you see that, Edwin? Edwin walked in yesterday, goes, when is Media Day? When I was reading the rules, they got, now that Wimby's here, there's some tier. Yes, we're the good tier.
Okay.
We're
I saw there was some tears. Like, hey,
yeah, Wimby is now bringing the media world to us and worthy of discussion. Lots of stuff going around on the NBA actually as they're rounding into form. There's some interesting news about the Spurs and their strategery, planning the use of these mini draft picks that we like to call seeds in a field. We hope to nurture them, to grow them, to trade them, to use them. And they actually have some strategery.
I'm down with it. I like it.
Behind their use.
And is it Andrew Lopez? Andrew Lopez says, "Not so fast, Spurs fan. We got some time."
Yeah, he and
still got some time.
Yeah, he and Kevin Pelton got an article for you. We're going to talk about the Spurs and the turnaround. I know times are different, but then I think that we're the victims of a little bit too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
I don't think it's nearly as bad as some of these guys are saying, though. It won't be as easy as we recall. Would that be fair?
That's fair.
Yeah, so we'll look around the league, talk some NBA.
After Clarence was on with us, he hit us up on Twitter, and it got me thinking, as far as when we was talking Cowboys, do you feel like they're missing a hammer? And when we're talking about Zeke, but they let Ronald Jones go, which I thought was going to be his role. Dowdle, well, I think Dowdle has some power in him. When he gets downhill, he got some pop to him. But are the Cowboys missing a hammer? 3rd and short, goal line. What do you think? No. You don't think they're missing a hammer?
I think
especially when we see the red zone struggles. I think when you
but those red zone issues were not at the goal line. Those were our red zone struggles were like at the 5th. Well, there was like some 4 yards, and I think that they chose poorly on 1st down. And I do agree with McCarthy that the play calling was a little weird. Now, whether it was intentional to just not show something, I do agree they need a hammer. But I will say that I think that it was also a bit of a tryout for Dowdle. I mean, they gave him some between the tackles carries, and it looked pretty violent to me. I mean, we're not looking for.
So you don't think they're missing a hammer?
It's kind of like, are we trying to gild the lily? I mean,
what?
Are we trying to put?
Come on now, like, hey man, you can't throw stuff out there like that. Then just expect me to just keep listening to you. What the hell is gild the lily? And if I'm out the loop, y'all let me know.
Gild the lily.
Yes. What is that?
That's kind of an analogy of the flower is already beautiful. Why gild it? Why dip it in gold?
Oh,
I mean, the offense is pretty good. And if we're going to nitpick and go, well, you don't got a 340-pound Greg Ironhead Hayward to go get a yard. Well, yeah, we don't. We got other stuff, though.
Rudolph Gonzalez says, give it to Parsons at the goal line.
That's
you want
what I'm saying.
You want him to get the MVP. Let him go refrigerator Perry. Let him do every damn thing else.
I don't feel like there's a – yeah, I agree that there is not a battering ram on that team. They do have a fullback.
The rookie? I can't pronounce his name.
The South Dakota State – they do have that guy. Now, we haven't seen that play.
He's a big kid. I saw him up close and personal. They could use him.
I think that if we are to the point –
Lupke.
Yeah.
Lupke. Even he made the team over Malik Davis, Rudy Johnson.
Well, he's
Rudy J, you're a dumbass.
No, Malik doesn't weigh 240 pounds. I think it's slightly different. But I appreciate the fact that this is a concern.
It's a thing. Because once Clarence tagged us and they're like, hey, might be missing a hammer. Next thing you know, when Clarence or RJ tweets you, their followers come following in and like, hey, I'm like, oh, okay, damn. So I had a bunch of people mad at me yesterday.
What'd you say?
Well, it's because of the 49er Cowboy debate.
Oh, well, I don't want to pat myself on the back.
Wait a minute. Just because Clarence agreed with you don't make you right.
Oh, I'm not alone around the sporting world. I just see that the Cowboys are rated number 1 by a variety
every poll
of polls.
That don't mean you're right, Rob. Damn it. I'm not. I don't back down.
The famous
I'm known to die on the hill or 7.
What's the famous quote? If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it looks like a duck, I'm going to go ahead and call it a duck. That could be a goose or could be.
Well, guess what? After this week, you're going to still be there because you're playing Arizona.
Ooh, don't say that. My battered cowboy begins to flap in the wind. Hey, we're going to, speaking of,
what's up?
I was going to say injured birds, but that's just a terrible way to segue. Dr. Jason Garrett's going to be here today.
No, you want to talk about exploding knees. You just didn't give a damn about Nick Chubb's family.
I said
what
that.
If Nick Chubb's family has family here in San Antonio, man? What the hell, Rob?
I
And
feel
you
like I'm
laugh
part of
about
the
it.
knee survivor club that we
Well,
can kind
you
of
know
joke
what?
about it.
It's kind of like if you were part of that club, you can
Yeah,
make fun of
because I've
that
had an
club.
exploded knee.
Like Mark
I'm-
Jones could say it's the BET Awards.
so I
You
kind
see-
of we share a zipper, a couple of zippers.
You have had your knee explode.
So I'm not like that, thank God. But
oh,
but-
you'd be in a wheelchair still.
oh my gosh, can you imagine for the rest of your life? You're just sitting on Twitter.
Okay.
You're 45 years old, and you're scrolling through, and then there's a meme of you folded over like a lawn chair.
If you're Nick Chubb, it's just
God.
best to just stay off of it. Aaron too.
It's never going to go away.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't look at Joe Theismann without going, you got a limp? I mean, I can't, that defined him to me.
Yeah. Him and Aaron, it's tough on social because Aaron's social media, Aaron Rodgers meme now is, honey, how long you gonna last? And then there's a picture of Aaron Rodgers. And I'm
you
like,
get 4 solid efforts, man. I am in it to win it. Feeling good about myself tonight,
Best
baby.
4
I'm Aaron
snaps.
Rodgers.
best 4 snaps of your life.
Yep.
Which
See,
is-
Aaron,
It's just
forevermore.
so accurate.
Forevermore.
Yeah.
You're stuck with that. So I appreciate this.
Yeah, but Chubb, man, if I'm Chubb, I'm deleting everything until
The
further
girth of
notice.
Chubb
Prevails. I never
Play that
said
again?
that.
Play that. What was that again?
The girth of Chubb prevails. I never said that.
What is this, AI?
Y'all
What do you
patched
think
that.
this is
Pledge
Chat
patch- You
GPT?
and Pledge patched that together. That was no way.
It was both of us.
See, I never put those words together that way. The girth of Chubb prevails.
You,
What?
you know, you did say it.
There
At
it
the,
is.
yeah, you did. Yeah,
All together in one?
yeah. Last week when you're saying the Browns are going to beat the Steelers, and that's you said at the end. You said that Nick Chubb was going to be the reason why, and that's why you said the girth of Chubb.
Now we've got
girth of
plenty of it.
Chubb
Say it again. Say it slowly.
prevails.
Say it with a smile on your face. Now say it angrily.
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm
The
pass.
girth of Chubb.
Hey,
prevails.
Can we modulate that? Put some music behind it. I think we have future here.
I'm gonna find out how to delete that.
So here's your schedule of events. Check your play card, put it in your pocket. We're going to talk some MVP chatter has begun, and the Watts and Micah are involved. Also, we're going to look around the rest of the NFL. Jerry spoke for the Dallas Cowboys at 6:35. We will hear from Jerry. He's got Jerry's been owner of the Cowboys for a long time.
Yeah.
But I think he forgets that there was Cowboys before he got here. We'll make sense of that as we move along.
Oh, I see where you're going. That's a good tease. Now that is restaurant quality tease.
There you go. And there is a hot seat there in the Middle East of Texas and College Station. How hot is it? There's an article on The Athletic that spoke to Jimbo's issues. We're going to talk
late,
about
Rob.
that.
They're late.
Hey, man, if they listen to us in the Veterinarian Underground, we will tell you the truth a week and a half before it actually arrives. But we'll talk about that at 7 o'clock. Aggies, you don't want to miss this, as we are your home for your Aggies as they prepare for Auburn. Tony Romo is just about to get a gold jacket. It's just a matter of time,
How
right?
in the
He
hell is
that
he not
good.
already in?
He should have a bust
a meritocracy.
right next to Terrell Davis. He and Terrell Davis
Wow.
should share some space
That's a cheap shot.
in the Hall of Fame. Romo's on the ballot. It's been 5 years.
Okay. I'm gonna look at these numbers. Put my guy in. I am a Romo.
Now, there are others that do deservedly need to be in there. And Michael Vick. While you could argue Vick and Romo, kind of the same guy, just, not a ring, but other stuff. I saw an article written by the guy that is the ratings guru for EA Sports.
Okay.
His name is Donnie. And he wrote an article yesterday about the cheat code that Michael Vick was. That it was the first time that he had to truly go, I don't have enough stars, I don't have enough numbers, I don't have enough things to quantify an athlete. And it was Michael Vick. How you got to consider what it was like to create a game where you had Michael Vick who could run a 4-flat 40 and throw a rope 70 yards. I mean, how do you put that into a video game? It really did. He changed Madden.
That's a different way of looking at it. When you're looking at it from his lens, you view Michael Vick differently.
You view him like a freaking Terminator. He's a robot. I mean, he does everything perfectly. There's not enough numbers.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
That's another question, and we will discuss that at 7:13 because I do. I think that there are some things that are worthy of going in that are above and beyond just the numbers on the field. And we're going to talk about that. It is a Wednesday, Wimby, so hang with us. Man, we got so much to do and so little time. So let's pay for this show. Rudy's not cheap. We're going to come back talking who is the rightful heir to the MVP. We're 2 games in. We should be able to decide, right? We're talking about it next. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. How was your weekend? I hope it went spectacularly well. And if it did, and you're with BetUS.com, go ahead and open it up. You got paid. It's already there. Use it. Go ahead, use it. And if you haven't gone, why are you waiting? BetUS.com has an entry offer for you that the likes of which I hadn't seen. I didn't get this when I began, and it's available to you now. A 30-bet bet protect process. If you're new to the game and you want to, kind of dip your toe in the water and find out about the game, find out about Bet Protect, go to BetUS.com. You're going to see it. You're going to love it. If you've already a gambler, you already know what I'm talking about. Go to BetUS.com, get yourself signed up, and take advantage of the specials. We're talking about 125% transfer in bonus when you bring your money. Crypto bonus, nearly double that. You play casino games, there's a 250% bonus on your money when you play the casino games. What I'm saying is they got free money for you to play with. And they got the Bet Protect to protect you with. It's BetUS.com. It's the only book that Rudy and I endorse. There's a reason why we've been, and there's a reason why you should go. Go there right now. Call them. 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's 1-800-MY-BET-US. If you want it in digit form, that's 1-800-692-3887. Listen to me. It's called Bet Protect. Use it. 125% bonus on your money coming in. 250% bonus on those casino games because they got that too. You're looking for teasers. You're looking for games. You like Premier League. You like it all. It's at BetUS.com. Go there. Check it out because I'll tell you what, it's where the game begins.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Already thinking about lunch? Craving a slice of melted cheese with fresh toppings and a perfect crust? Round Table Pizza is finally in the heart of Texas. Fresh pizza, hot wings, a salad bar, and their signature garlic parm twists. The perfect duos do exist. The freshest ingredients that burst with flavor in every bite. On the go? Round Table Pizza has unbeatable lunchtime specials. Order today at roundtablepizza.com. Round Table Pizza, ready to serve it up hot and fresh. Find them in the Park North location.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds, nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Ever find yourself in a department store with a question, but you can't find anyone who actually works there, so you just wander? That's what it feels like when you call most banks. But at Frost, we have live customer service 24/7, so you can speak to a real human right when you call, every time you call. No phone tree, no bots, just help from a real human when you need it. It's about being there for you. It's about more than money. Frost Bank.
Smoker's Paradise, your premium smoke shop. Vaporizers, disposable e-cigarettes, hookah accessories, water pipes, cigars, and more. Now with 15 area locations, including the newest location at South Cross and Highway 37. Visit smokersparadise.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
2 times the healthy blood pressure support? That's a number to rave about. Thanks to Superbeats Heart Chew's unique 2X ingredient that helps promote normal blood pressure nearly 2 times more effectively than diet and exercise alone. Superbeats is America's #1 selling beet brand and the only #1 cardiologist, doctor, and pharmacist recommended beet brand for heart health support. A clinical study showed that the key ingredient in Superbeats Heart Chews is nearly 2 times more effective at supporting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. And they're part of a brand with over 60,000 5-star ratings and reviews. So double your potential with a special offer exclusively for radio listeners. Get a free 30-day supply of Superbeats Heart Chews and 15% off your first order at getsuperbeats.com with code RADIO. That's a free 30-day supply and 15% off for radio listeners only at getsuperbeets.com, code RADIO.
Klein tools are new at Lowe's, pros. Lowe's knows you want top brands and quality products, and Klein Tools delivers. Right now, get the Klein 3-piece Modbox mobile workstation for $319.94 and the Klein 5-piece cushion grip screwdriver set for just $34.97, both exclusively at Lowe's. Shop the largest selection of Klein tools, the highest quality tool brand at Lowe's. Because Lowe's knows tools, Lowe's knows pros.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa"?
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's San Antonio area attorneys. Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
Paid for by Cordell & Cordell.
WeatherGuard, the name that stands for unmatched security in truck boxes, is now making a name for itself on the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series circuit. WeatherGuard is the official sponsor of the safety and security work crews at Speedway Motorsports tracks across the country. Engineered to meet the demands from job sites to race sites, WeatherGuard truck boxes feature double welded seams, weather-tight seals, and high-security latches and locks. If it's a job worth doing, it's a job worth WeatherGuard. Learn more at weatherguard.com/truck.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you to the front of the line. We're going to hike the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. What are you doing tomorrow? Tell you what we're doing. We're going to be at the Cigar International.
I know what I'm doing.
The Blitz is going to be working. Rudy and I are going to have some fun. The Blitz gets busy at 2. They'll be going till 6 at the very minimum as they're at work. But why would you want to leave? Because Cigar International is going to play host to Yingling Flight. They're going to be out there pouring. We'll have tickets to go see the State Fair. And while you're there, there's a football game.
At the State Fair.
At the State Fair. While you're there, if you wanted to go see, yeah, you know,
get some tickets.
There's a game. I hear it matters. But more importantly, go out and have a good time with us. See, it says here I can't say the 2 schools. All I can say is there's a game, a big football game. And big is kind of a relative term.
It is. Everything's bigger in tech. Some energy drink. 0 sugar, no carbs, no sugar. It's called Prime. They're pretty strong.
Is it made by Dion?
No, but well played. Prime.
Pink can is it's a statement.
Yeah, it's strawberry watermelon.
I like the fact that now cans, you can't tell if it's alcoholic or not.
Right.
Used to, you knew. If it wasn't red, white, or blue, red for Coke, you know, red, white, and blue for Pepsi, or maroon for Dr. Pepper, it was a beer.
Sprite.
Or green for Sprite. Yeah. Everything else was basically, you were in trouble. Now you can't tell that.
Now it's all about the packaging. If you got come up with a cool can and a cool name, you're gonna sell millions of cans of energy drink.
This battery acid in the bottle.
That's all it is.
Man, my doc,
that's all it is.
Dude, yesterday I went for my annual and was overseeing Dr. Torres at the IFF. And I walked in cocky.
You thought he was going to give you all this credit, like, man, you look so good. Well, I'm so proud of you.
He did say you look good. He did. He did. He said I look good, but he was lying.
He wasn't lying.
I wasn't lying, but I've gained 8 pounds since my dog left.
Since that bear left?
Since the dog left,
Rob,
I put on 8 pounds.
You were walking like 6 miles a day when
I
he was here.
I walked in cocky yesterday, like resting heart rate, bam, no high blood pressure, bam. Then he goes, well, how much you weigh? I said, I'll tell you exactly what I weigh.
Didn't
I was
happen.
8 pounds off. Now, I don't know if there's more gravity at that doctor's office, which I do believe it is the highest gravity point in the world.
Absolutely.
You weigh more there. But 8 pounds, dudes. I brought all this breakfast stuff, but at the end of the day, I had to have oatmeal.
You had oatmeal today?
I'm paying attention to what you're doing because you're continuing to drop. So you're drinking pink drinks.
Yeah. I'm going to get some coffee in a little bit too.
Because what I've been doing hadn't been working. Other than
it's working.
Chasing the dog. MVP is an interesting discussion to have the second week of the season.
Dude, this is so, you talk about AI generated, you talk about Dallas Cowboy generated conversations. MVP talk after week 2, only a Cowboy.
Rudy, we have to. It's
only
the rules.
A Cowboy could do this.
Let me check my talk radio host manual for being in the state of Texas. Week 2, Cowboys winning MVP talk.
It's in the script.
It's here.
It's in the script.
For those of you that care, we have to do this.
All right.
But I think to make it worth our discussion time, because this is silly about Micah. This is silly. But I think on the broader scope of things, as we talk about the value of running backs and the value of wide receivers and the value of quarterbacks, and value does not mean dollar amount, value on a team. And then you transfer the value of these individual players and positions toward pay scale and toward success. And MVP is in the mix of that. If you make those, what's the circles, and when they cross over, there's that area where there's some commonality.
Yeah.
MVP is the commonality of success and talent. It's a combo. You have to have both. You have to be on a winning team. You have to be in a position to win on a team that's able to put you in a highlight, put you on the front, and then you have to be in a place to be seen for the voters. I mean, there's all these things that come into MVP. There's a lot of guys that have had a hell of a year in small markets, but never win.
Right.
Just because you're just not going to get the love. So there's a lot of things that have to come together with MVP. And as we saw Mahomes get paid the money that he deserves, what struck me with this MVP conversation before we even begin on the values of different positions is long time ago when I used to do basketball with the silver and black team across the street. We used to, at the post game, we would give the game ball, the most valuable player of the game. And it came to after about a week after we'd given the award to Tim Duncan every night,
time.
we had to come up with another award. The MVP not named Tim.
Right.
Because if we're giving MVP, it's Pat Mahomes until he decides to walk off the field.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no argument. There's no difference. He's the best player in the NFL by a half mile. I won't say miles. But by a half mile.
Half mile for sure.
So we have to go to beyond what MVP and value and all that is. So defensive players don't win the MVP because they're not that valuable. They're like pitchers.
I know. When Charles Woodson won the Heisman, that was like, whoa. Remember that? So
yeah, it's one guy who's only on the field half the time, and half the time of that, he's not even in on the play. Where if you're a quarterback, you're on the field at least half the time, and you're involved in every play.
Yeah, in 1986, Lawrence Taylor won it. In 1971, Alan Page won it. So those are the two defensive players to win MVP. Look, my thing is this, Robin. I don't even have to go to Mahomes. I just ask you this question, and I ask anybody else that feels that way. And we're going to hear from Greeny because Greeny kind of.
We're going to hear it on the other side. I want to carry this through.
Yeah, I want to carry it through as well. If I remove Micah from the Cowboys, Micah, God forbid, injured, he's done. Jalen Hurts gets done. Which team is worse off?
Oh, the Eagles. There's no question.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, if we were talking about value, don't get it twisted. If the Cowboys lose Micah, their chances of winning it all drop drastically.
But not to zero. Where if Jalen Hurts was gone, it's zero. It's over.
It's a wrap. So, but you know what? Is it unfair to defensive players? Absolutely. But the quarterback position is just so important. It's tough to give it to anyone else. The last non-QB to win it was Adrian Peterson in 2012. And he barely, by the skin of his teeth, beat Peyton Manning out that year. So it's been 11 years in a row that we've given it to a quarterback. Because, I mean, they get the most money. When teams lose their quarterback, their season goes up in flames. So when you're just talking about value, now, if you want to go college, basketball national championship, Rob, and go most outstanding, then I feel like that word in the middle changes things. Yes, Micah probably is the most outstanding. I don't know if he's the most valuable.
Completely agree.
That's just me being like,
well, it's that
that's
baseball.
me taking the word literally, though.
But we know the value of a hot pitcher.
But see, A-Rod won an MVP on a team below 500
and
when
that
he was a
wrong.
Ranger.
See, that's wrong. You should never the way that the award is set up. It's wrong. By the definition, that's the correct way to put it. I can't imagine what that Rangers team would have been about without him. I mean, he was a one-man team. So you're like, most valuable? Heck, they only won 40 games, but he won 38 of them by himself.
By his damn self.
So you go there, or you go the hot pitcher only pitches once or twice a week, but the value that he brings by everything else, the strategery, I like that word today.
I love
the
that
strategy behind your placement of batters and your starting guys. There's value well beyond the guy on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why you can look at a defensive player. We're going to hear from Mike Greenberg on the other side. His thoughts. And I'm going to tell you honestly, if it can happen, it will only happen in a couple of markets, and Dallas is one of them. If a defensive player is going to win it again, it's going to have to happen in Dallas. We'll talk about it next.
All right, let's do that.
You're on R&R. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, we're almost to the weekend, football season in full bore. And let me tell you, on Saturday, pack a lunch and stay all day, baby. That's a good day to smoke something. You only have to go check on it in a couple of days. I want you to head over to Tri-County Meat Market this week and get yourself ready. You know what I'm going to do on Saturday? Tri-tip. I'm going to get myself a tri-tip. I'm going to smoke that sucker all day long. And by 3 o'clock, that thing is going to be ready to be consumed by myself and others. Head over to Tri-County. They've always got the picanhas, the tri-tips that I'm chasing. You might be looking for those brisket burgers. I think they get bigger on the grill. I've never seen a burger stay that size. And man, oh man, are they good. Head over to Tri-County today, get a couple of those. They've got them grilled. They've got them ground. They got them ready for you. And if they don't have enough, they'll make some more. If you're looking for beef ribs, the big old dino ribs, they got those. That's Jason Minnick's specialty. And the pork ribs, that's mine, and I will win in a cook-off. Trust me. Head over and get those fajitas, those chicken and beef ones. They got them. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations, Huebner and Ralph Fair. If you're a first responder, you're getting 10% off. That hadn't changed and never will. The 5 for $25 hadn't changed either. Get over there. It's the best deal in San Antonio. You're going to fill a bag with meats and produce and all you need for at least 2 meals. Trust me, it's the best deal going. That's Tri-County Meat Market. They're my meat market. Don't leave the store without getting on their email list so you know all the specials. Head over there today, get some meat on the grill, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Come up later on The Blitz, another jam-packed show for you. A lot of football talk. We'll talk Texas Longhorns with KI Sports Director Bob Ballou. That's coming up at 4:15.
Plus, James Slater on the Dallas Cowboys. She will be on at 5 o'clock. We'll talk to a gridiron great. Kellen Winslow Sr. joined us at 2:30. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
Is it just me, or is it always a struggle to take a good family pic? Between getting everyone to smile and finding outfits, it's not easy. Luckily, Kohl's has 15% off styles that are perfect for our upcoming photos, and the rest of fall too. I got myself a flannel for $27.99, my daughter jeans for $24.99, and more. Plus, I earned Kohl's Cash, which put a smile on my face. Now, to get one on everyone else's. Select styles, offer in September 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides 24/7 compassionate support and connection to trained counselors. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. The Lifeline works. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Report Card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-803-5505 to speak to an expert. That's 800-803-5505.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/primetime and use code PRIMETIME. That's code PRIMETIME at prizepicks.com/primetime for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone.
So what if I need a new one? No problem. We have the right battery for your car, starting at only $89.99.
Get in zone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
What makes Taco Bell's rolled chicken tacos so good? Is it the shredded marinade all white meat chicken? Well, yeah, obviously. But it's also the 3 amazing dipping sauces to choose from: spicy ranch, warm nacho cheese sauce, and house-made daily guacamole. Now, if you need a third reason, their white corn tortillas are fried to golden perfection, which everyone knows is the best kind of perfection. Order rolled chicken tacos on the Taco Bell app. Get 1 dip for 2-pack or 2 dips for 4-pack at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last.
MVP's bonus days are back at Lowe's. Shop the largest selection of Klein tools and get 5 times the bonus points. Plus, right now, buy a DeWalt Power Stack battery kit and get a select DeWalt Bear tool free, up to a $249 value. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid 9/18 through 9/29. Subject to change. DeWalt offer valid through 10/11.
Yo, 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 what's up, party people? I'm Julie Foudy. And I'm Lynn Ozawi. We host the ESPN podcast Laughter Permitted, where we have candid chats with trailblazing women in sports and beyond.
We've talked with goats like Billie Jean King, Simone Biles, Mia Hamm, Sue Bird, Candace Parker, Michaela Schifrin, just to name a few.
So grab a donut or 500 and check us out wherever you get your podcasts. And a huge shout out to our presenting sponsor, Ally, who has supported us since day one.
Laughter Permitted.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Top of the morning to all.
It's R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star. Thank you so much for joining us. No matter how you're listening, we're glad you're with us, but there's lots of ways to do that. If you don't follow us on the YouTubes, go there. We're San Antonio Sports Star. Watch us live. Like it, share it, listen to all the stuff. You can call us if you'd like, 656-3776. You can text us as well. We're eager to hear from you. Now, the question is, Micah for MVP, but for me, it's more of a deeper thing. I'm really interested in as the value of players is such an ongoing discussion as we watch running backs suffer and wide receivers benefit and all the things in between as far as pay. We just saw within 36 hours of this conversation, Pat Mahomes signs the richest NFL contract in history.
Right.
He is the best player in the NFL and should be the highest paid player. Merit versus money. It came to a perfect point right there.
Okay.
But it's funny how, there's a lot of quarterbacks getting paid far more than they're worth.
Daniel Jones comes to mind.
There's probably half.
Dak Prescott.
Well, not yet, but maybe. Half, I would say, don't live up to the contract. They're not playing to the value of the money they're getting paid.
Fair.
And then some of it's not their fault. I mean,
It's
they're
just the
alone.
market.
The market, the team sucks.
Right.
But I mean, there's half that are and half that aren't. And Micah Parsons is about to become one of the top 5.
No, he's going to become the richest defensive contract in history.
I'm ranking now not just defense. In offense and defense, one of the top 5, 6, 7 highest
he might
paid
be
non-quarterbacks.
He'll be outside the top 10 because even the 10th quarterback is
I'm
at
saying
40.
non-quarterbacks.
Oh, non-quarterbacks, he'll be 1.
You think he'll be 1 over left tackle,
All
that?
He'll
He'll be the
1.
highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL.
Yes.
Which would come up to, that wouldn't be that hard.
No.
35 million puts you right in the middle of the meat of the quarterback market.
Right. Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be fine.
Mike Greenberg spoke to the idea of a defensive player winning MVP, and it's so rare. And what has to happen? Listen to Greeny.
Here is what's wrong with the MVP award. As of this moment, Justin Fields, Bears quarterback, is on the verge of losing his job, of the league giving up on him based on how badly he has played the last 2 weeks. Micah Parsons is on the verge of being named one of the great defensive players in the history of his sport. He is so dominating every time he sets foot on the field. But because one of them is a quarterback and the other one plays defense, right now, the odds on Justin Fields winning MVP are 60-1, and the odds on Micah Parsons winning MVP are 100-1. That's hilarious.
Well, that's changed over the past few days. According to some of these numbers, a lot of people are starting to bet on Micah to win MVP. But no, yes, Greenberg has a great point. No, Justin Fields shouldn't have better odds. But the thing is, what do I give a damn about what the Vegas odds are when I know Justin Fields isn't? Justin Fields wouldn't be like 2,001. Like what does that matter when we know Justin Fields isn't a better option at MVP than Micah Parsons? So I see where Greeny's going, but it's Vegas. That stuff is determined before the season starts when people really thought that Justin Fields was going to turn.
Well, yeah, obviously he's looking at numbers from late August.
Before,
yeah.
So.
But the idea that a defensive player, even as good as Micah was back in August, we knew he was headed towards something. We'd been talking about it. Even with all that, with all the press, Justin Fields was still a better shot at winning MVP than Micah. Even with all that. So we could even take it from August to go,
okay,
you got to be freaking kidding me.
So you saying even then he shouldn't
Even then he shouldn't have had a better opportunity. But the fact remains that the quarterback touches the ball half the time. Every time. The quarterback just is center of attention. Let's go even deeper. Do chicks dig the long ball in baseball? And we love a 50-43 football game. Yes. The sponsors love a 50-43 football game because that's more advertising. Every time there's a touchdown, there's more space. We want offense. The NFL wants offense. We want moderately short to longish games, but we want lots of offense inside of those games. So we're not going to affect the rules to make the game go a little bit faster and make running more prominent. We are going to just make the rules different for offense to make it easier to throw the ball downfield.
Fair.
And it just makes it that much more difficult for a defender to get there because the rules are even stacked against them. You can't even hit a quarterback if you breathe heavy on a wide receiver 10 yards downfield. A flag will probably come your way.
Yeah.
So the odds are stacked against them. The press is stacked against them. The rules are stacked against them on defense. And yet we still talk about Micah. Why? Because he's a Dallas Cowboy.
Well, this is the thing. I think the better argument. Yeah, well, okay. You know what? Let's stay there.
Not TJ Watt in Pittsburgh. Micah with the Cowboys.
No, let's stay there. Before we get to JJ Watt, let's stay there with the Cowboy thing. See, you and I disagree there. I think the voters. Well, yes. Does him being a Cowboy even make this a conversation? Yes. But because he's a Cowboy, I think these voters would hold it against him. Like, I'm talking about the voters. I'm not talking about the fans. I'm talking about the voters. Just the voters. I don't know if the voters want to give him anything because he's a Cowboy. I think some of the voters will be like, they're thinking what I'm thinking. The only reason why we're even having this conversation about a defensive player is because he's a Cowboy. No, I'm not voting for him. No. Because the only reason why we're talking about him doing this is because
not
he's
everybody
a Cowboy.
takes it personal like that. Not everybody's Stephen A.
Rob,
Smith.
I don't trust these writers. I don't trust these writers.
This isn't baseball.
Well, are you sure?
I am. This isn't baseball.
No, it's not baseball. You know, okay, they're not personal on that level. Those guys are just different. Because keep in mind, while I don't know, I mean, Hall of Fame voters are a little bit different, I guess. But keep in mind, these voters made, yes, he's an ass. Yes, he's a butthole. Yes, he was an awful teammate. He was a lot of things. Now, I wouldn't want to have a beer with him. Bad guy. But making T.O. wait 3 years to get into the Hall of Fame is a travesty.
But these aren't the same voters. That's Hall of Fame voters.
All I'm saying is I don't trust voters, period.
But that's Hall of Fame. This is MVP. This is a lot more voters.
A voter is a voter. Is a voter is a voter.
Well, no, there's the old guys vote for Hall of Fame. You have to be in the business for 40 years before they even come talk to you. So
you think John McClain would vote for him if he had one?
There's a lot more MVP voters, is what I'm saying. There's a wider pool, so you don't get the weirdo stuff.
Because even me, I'm not saying that I would hold against him. First of all, I would still pick a quarterback. But I'd be like, dude, the only reason why I'm seeing you on the ballot is because of your uniform. No, you're not the MVP. I think that goes against him. That's where the only part you and I disagree on.
But there is, you said it just the other day.
What's that?
The Cowboys are going to Arizona for a home game.
Yeah, I mean, they go a lot of places.
So there is fandom everywhere. No matter your market, there's a percentage of Cowboy fan. You got to feed the beast. And while Stephen A. Smith is feeding the beast one way, he is still feeding the beast because he's talking directly to Cowboy fan.
That's why Jerry put him on the helicopter.
Yes.
Because it helps. I guess the better question is, Rob, and we carried over one more time. The better question after the break is he even better than TJ, Nick, and Myles Garrett? That's the question.
A better question.
Right. Is he even the top defensive player in the league?
Use your text line. This is a great one. Rank them. TJ, Micah,
Myles, and Nick.
We're not going to throw Donald in there yet?
I forgot. See, he ain't even won an MVP.
I'm just saying.
There's no Aaron in there. Is he even the best defensive player is the question.
Let's hear from you. 656-377-6656 ESPN. You're on San Antonio's Sports Star. We'll be right back.
BetUS is the only, and I mean the only sportsbook and casino Rob and I endorsed, and they're celebrating 30 years in business. Now, if you're no handicapping, even if you don't do it, which with the way BetUS has things set up with the 125% bonus, I don't know why you wouldn't. But even if you don't do any sports handicapping, you know somebody that does, and you know how serious they take it, and you know the research that goes into it. So with that being said, if somebody's been in business 30 years doing this, that means they're doing it right. So with the 30-year celebration, they're going to give you 30 risk-free bets. So you want to do 10, you want to do 20, you want to keep it light. This way you don't get kicked out of the house. Then just go ahead and sign up with BetUS and get 125% sign-up bonus. Basically saying, you sign up, we're going to give you some money to gamble with. What's the risk? The game always gets more exciting with the betting. You can take it to another level at BetUS.com with live in-game betting. Don't wait. Take advantage of this 30-year offer. Get started today by visiting BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BETUS. It's the sportsbook and casino where the game begins.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Sunday, it's the Cowboys and Cardinals at 2:30 p.m.
Prescott with a quarterback option, running to the right, spilled, head over heels, into the end zone, touchdown Prescott.
Presented by A. Best Bail Bonds, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. With over 25 years experience, we have secured important verdicts and settlements, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Football season means grilling season, and Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks is your one stop for all your tailgating and home gating needs. With one of the best grilling sections, Five Oaks Ace Hardware has a huge selection of Traeger, Weber, Big Green Egg, and Blackstone, plus all your grill accessory needs with over 300 spices and rubs, over 20 brands of charcoal, wood chips, pellets, and everything you need for tailgating or home gating. Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks near Jones Maltzberger.
Imagine getting an impressive cash offer on your home and then selling it for more. Yeah, that happens all the time with Orchard. Getting paid more than you thought is Orchard's goal, even in this market. It's simple. Orchard sells homes faster and for more money, with the majority of homes selling in under 30 days. That's right, under 30 days. And Orchard handles everything, including paint, repair, list, and showing your home. And they'll make your listing stand out with price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost to you. And here's my favorite part. You just relax as Orchard and their expert agents do all of the work, bringing buyers to you by prepping and promoting your home. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Let Orchard help maximize your sale price. Look, with so many companies trying to lowball you, Orchard works hard to get you top dollar. Want to sell your home for more? I sure would. Learn how to maximize your sale price and get a free valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar is San Antonio's home for all things sports, drinks, and games. 7 days a week happy hour, sports on all HD screens, and plenty of arcade games with 5 area locations: North Star, Nacogdoches, Medical Center, St. Mary's Strip, and Thousand Oaks. Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar has you covered for any occasion, catering to you and delivering San Antonio memories for over 10 years. Slackers, San Antonio's home for all things sports, drinks, and games. Follow Slackers on Facebook for events and specials.
Ever find yourself in a department store with a question, but you can't find anyone who actually works there, so you just wander? That's what it feels like when you call most banks. But at Frost, we have live customer service 24/7, so you can speak to a real human right when you call, every time you call. No phone tree, no bots, just help from a real human when you need it. It's about being there for you. It's about more than money. Frost Bank.
Good morning, everybody. Jason Minix here from The Blitz, starting at 2 o'clock today. Lots of football talk. James Slater from the NFL Network talking Cowboys. Bob Ballou from KIN Austin talking Longhorns. We'll talk to a legend, Kellen Winslow Sr. He will join us at 2:30. Hey, Rob, why do all Aggies say howdy?
It's a good question, Jason. Why do y'all say howdy?
Why
What's
wouldn't
the
we?
origin?
You know, I should know that. I know the gig 'em.
Yeah.
But that's not it. What you just did was not it.
What is it?
That's
What did I do? This is bird.
That's birds up and also
So
the Islanders
what's the
thing.
gig 'em?
It's the thumb, man.
It's just the thumb.
Stick that finger out. That's weird. There's something going.
Oh.
There's something I don't know what that is. It's some kind of gang sign.
So just the thumbs up.
Just
Gig 'em?
that's gig 'em.
That's not gig 'em. That's thumbs up.
Well, that's gig 'em.
Look at you. Took it personal. They made it personal.
No.
They made it personal. Yeah.
You have to know when to say it.
Howdy is the official greeting name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I've heard it about.
You get
30
howdy
times.
to death. Yeah, you haven't been on campus yet.
No.
You just went to a meeting. And I notice how I put meeting in there.
Meeting.
Hey, we're talking MVPs. And it is such an interesting question because Micah Parsons as a Dallas Cowboy is front and center news. I mean, he's going to be top of the list
He's
just
the man.
because
He's earned it.
He's
He's earned
making
it.
the plays and he's on the team that everybody's going to talk about. Is it a positive? Is it a detriment? Tell us. What do you think? And is he separating himself to the point where he can even begin to be in the conversation with what are the true MVPs, the quarterbacks, the touchdown getters?
Yeah, see, that's the problem, Rob. Like I think the word you use that best, sums it all up is the separation. Has he separated himself from Myles Garrett and Nick Bosa and Aaron Donald? Has he separated in TJ Watt? Has he separated himself enough from them to even go further and separate himself from a quarterback?
And that's the real argument.
I don't know. JJ Watt has a little brother in the league. Now, JJ man went too far, Rob. He said, quote, TJ Watt is the best defensive player on the planet. Stop trying to question it. Stop trying to justify anyone else. He is the best, period.
Signed JJ Watt.
Signed JJ Watt. So,
you know what? It's hard to argue. Well, you saw the game. He had a hell of a game this week and scored his first career touchdown. He single-handedly disrupted that game. Now, he had some help. That what number 56 could play, whatever that other guy is.
Yeah.
So, he had some help, but I watched that thinking, this is like Magic and Bird to me. When I literally thought that when I saw TJ Watt scoop and score, it felt like Micah and TJ Watt were so far away from the rest of the defensive world. And I'm saying that knowing full well what I saw Myles Garrett do in Cleveland the week before.
Right.
I mean, he took care of Cincinnati by himself. He did a pretty good job. We know what Von Miller's capable of. Aaron Donald is always great. Always.
Don't you got to win a DPOY first before you win an MVP?
I know that, but the problem.
No, I'm talking about Micah.
Yes, absolutely.
You got to win Defensive Player of the Year first.
I don't think it's a progression. It should be judged on your season. It shouldn't be.
Right.
And I agree that there's a lot of MVPs that earn it the year before, primarily in basketball.
Yes, that's definitely you got to wait your turn in basketball.
But in football, I'd like to think it's in a vacuum. I agree that it's probably isn't. But if anybody can, isn't the argument that Micah is the most likely candidate? If all the defensive coordinators were all gathered together, if our one shot, our one guy to break through, wouldn't it be Micah right now?
See, no.
Well, if he can't, no one can. If a defensive player the likes of him, and the last guy to do this was JJ Watt, the last guy to be even in this conversation where you go
JJ, because he was winning DPOY.
Yeah, and you're like, my God, he dominates.
Aaron Donald won 2 or 3 in a row as well.
But I don't think he, as good as Aaron has been, I don't think he reached it's an old outdated term, but the Q rating. I don't think Aaron has ever reached where JJ went in the public consciousness. JJ's just more famous.
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know if he's better than Aaron, but he's
MVP
just more famous.
Stuff.
Right.
If you're going to get an MVP, you got to be famous for being famous.
Right. He has been named Defensive Player of the Year record 3 times, speaking of Aaron Donald.
But he ain't famous.
But he's not famous, but at the same time, he's still never been mentioned in MVP talk. But Micah's more famous. And now you couple that with Micah having his damn podcast.
Which is a godsend.
And then Micah, using me for clout, using my name to get some more followers.
He did use you as a stepping stone.
Yeah, he used me as some clout.
But you bring a fair amount. He had to get that famous. You got to deal with famous people.
Exactly.
You got to be in the right crowds. Yeah. And you're a famous guy.
Kind of, sort of.
Hey, by the way, let's give some love. The police have chosen a fine MC for the Christmas party.
Yeah. I appreciate the San Antonio
You guys
Police
did a great job. You should wait till he gives you his closing number. I cried. I cried when he did Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, man. But imagine if the Cowboys had taken
you
TJ.
changed the subject fast.
Yeah,
I was just trying to
do that.
But congratulations, man.
You.
But not so much to you. You're good. It's them. Congratulations, guys. Y'all made a great choice. You're going to have a fine Christmas dinner. Hey, coming back to the 7 o'clock hour is going to be even better than the 6 o'clock. And you know how good that was. Coming back, let's talk about them Aggies. I'll say that again. The veterinarian underground does not lie, my friends. You heard it here first. Now the Nationals are talking about it. Jimbo's seat is indeed warm, and there's money in the bank. We'll talk about what that means next. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I was just out at Golf Club of Texas on Sunday, and I can tell you for myself and my buddies that I play with, the course is in great shape. It's playing great. They're taking great care of it. The fairways are lush. The greens have finally recovered from them fixing them. So for your better playing pleasure. Now, sometimes you got to take care of some stuff so the play can be better, and that's what Golf Club of Texas has done. Then, boom, right after that, timed it perfectly for Cowboy Kickoff. Roll right into the best sit-down restaurant on that side of town. Got some pulled pork nachos, got some wings, and then what? NFL headquarters, that's right, is Golf Club of Texas. And we watched the first half of the Cowboys beating up on the New York Jets. And then we got a couple, maybe a couple adult libations from the Tin Cup bar because it felt good. And with the fall temperature starting to roll in and with those views that you get from the Tin Cup bar, it is going to be a fantastic fall. You're going to have fall. You're going to have great weather. You're going to have drinks. You're going to have food. Why would you go anywhere else? It's so much more than just your average golf course. They go above and beyond to make sure you have a great experience. And, oh, my gosh, so many events. No golf course is doing that. No golf course is staying open and let you finish a Cowboy game or let you finish a Longhorn game or let you finish an Aggie game. That's why Golf Club of Texas has separated themselves as the premier golf club in San Antonio and, for that matter, Texas. That's right. Best rates at golfcluboftexas.com. It's the Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Woo-hoo! Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, kbb.com.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Exergen thermometers are proven to be more accurate than non-contact thermometers. With children back at school, keeping them healthy is important. Clinical studies have proven that non-contact thermometers are inaccurate and can miss fevers. Accuracy matters. That's why the Exergen thermometer is trusted and used by medical professionals. Exergen thermometers are available at Walgreens and other participating retailers. Choose a trusted and accurate thermometer for personal use. Learn more about why accuracy matters at Exergen.com.
Hey man, looking good. It's Stitch Fix. I'd like to thank my stylist for making me look so great. They always get my fit just right. They send clothes that work for me and my budget. They even found me my favorite pair of jeans. I'd like to thank Stitch Fix because let's get real, I couldn't make this style happen on my own. They just make everything so easy. So thank you, Stitch Fix. They just get me, and they'll get you too. Stitch Fix. Take your style quiz today at StitchFix.com.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your face. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Okay. Next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable, fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
I'm not exaggerating when I say this. QC Kinetics can change your life. You can live again without that chronic joint pain and without drugs or surgery. Hey, it's James Pledger with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, and QC Kinetics is advanced regenerative medicine. They take your body's own concentrated healing properties and put them right back into your joints to restore and repair that damaged tissue that's causing you all of that horrible pain. The patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Finally, a real alternative to the old ways of dealing with pain. And unlike surgery, there's no downtime with QC treatments. If you have a constant pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back, you need to call and get a free consultation. Imagine this fall, moving around pain-free, doing the things you love again, walking, hiking, golfing, playing with the grandkids. Call QC Kinetics and see how the latest advances in precision regenerative medicine can attack the pain and bring you lasting relief. Now is the best time to get started. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Your home for Rob and Rudy. It's R&R in the morning on YouTube, sasportstar.com. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
ESPN's and San Antonio Sports Stars insider Todd Archer reported the Cowboys would like to get CeeDee Lamb signed sooner than later. They did pick up the $18 million club option on him for next year. The Rangers beat the Red Sox 6-4 as MacArthur High School grad Josh Jung came back and hit a go-ahead single to end a 4-game losing streak for the Rangers. They finished that series today at 105.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up, wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the back with a left hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellence.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star. Get your ass up at 7:06 in the blessed AM, and there's things to get done. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Easy E, not buttoned up, but on the other side of the double pane.
You don't have a button.
He's been on time today.
Yeah, he got me my rundown at before 6:30. He broke a record. I can appreciate that.
He got you.
He got me.
We're celebrating today. It's a national. What day? What do you want to celebrate? We got a bunch of stuff to celebrate.
When is it National Cigar Day? Since we're going to CI tomorrow.
Well, you know what? We need to figure that out.
Since we're going to CI tomorrow, it's only right.
Do we just decide? Can we just decide tomorrow's National Cigar Day?
Somebody says it. Like, let's say, Rob, you have you have a tent company.
Yes.
And you put out there, tomorrow is National Tent Day. Put up a tent in your backyard. Now, everybody else that is a tent manufacturer will see that and say, let's roll with it.
Well, shouldn't we have a committee, like a group of people that says, nah, that's stupid?
Who's going to be on that committee?
I don't know.
I don't think there's a committee. There can't be. There's nobody sitting around on the committee saying, all right, today, and scheduling what day is what day.
There's no rhyme or reason, because like
National Cheeseburger Day, National French Fry Day.
That was the day before yesterday.
Was last week, right?
No, Wednesday before yesterday. Like Tuesday was National Cheeseburger
You can't do that on a Tuesday for people like us
Did
to try
you
to
see
diet.
McDonald's? They were doing like 50 cents, whatever. I drove by McDonald's and I thought, well, I guess the fryers broke, because the line was like around the corner.
I think Wendy's was doing 1 cent.
Yeah, everybody's chasing that free burger, so I get it. Like, so today is National Pepperoni Pizza Day.
I'm down.
And if there was a committee, you'd go, all right, let's round this thing out. No, so we got National Pepperoni Pizza Day.
Right.
Maybe we could pair that with National Beer Day, National Red Wine Day, and we'll also do maybe a national something, all one. But so we have National Pepperoni Pizza Day, but it's also National Fried Rice Day. See, that they don't go.
Now
It doesn't match.
Well, it does match.
How am I going to have pizza and fried rice?
Because you get to see, this is the thing about National Day. The reason why you layer it is because a person like me, I'm not a pizza guy.
All right.
I could care less.
Tomorrow. Today's my day.
No.
You get a day.
Rob,
Can't I have a day?
No, because there's way more foods than 365.
It's also National Queso Day. Are you happy now?
I hate cheese.
So you're not happy with National String Cheese Day either, because
Nope.
that's today too.
Nope.
So today, Rudy J, you're screwed.
I'm the fried rice guy.
Oh, see, there you go.
I love me some fried. Now, I'm a fried rice snob. I'm very picky about it, and I will judge you on your fried rice if you have it on your menu. because I do know my fried rice. Now I
make a
can't
pretty good
have it a
fried
lot.
rice.
Yeah, see, I can't have it all the time. I have to do it in.
Do you make it?
No. Hell no.
Oh, it's good. It's better when you make it yourself. No. It's also
It's not like a burger.
It's a National Punch Day.
What's punch?
The drink, like a fruit punch
with alcohol in it.
It just says Punch Day. It doesn't say
I
alcohol or not.
I haven't had punch in years. Not without it being spiked.
Well, yeah, I don't. Why? What's the point?
Yeah. Now the one that makes me mad is National Care for Kids Day.
That's
every day.
Why do we need to talk about it?
What? So tomorrow I could just say, hey, 4-year-old,
you had your day.
Go figure it the hell
you
out.
Had your day. We celebrated you yesterday.
Yeah. I am a salsa guy, not queso, Miss Becky. If you give me chips and queso, I'm gonna be pissed. Don't give me chips and queso. Give me chips and salsa. Don't put no queso on my table.
I feel so sorry for you.
What do you mean?
I feel bad. I'm not.
Now,
I feel
do
bad
like
that you don't enjoy a good queso because
Now,
it's
I
far
like
better than salsa.
I like what?
So don't even go there. Queso.
Bro.
My blood runs thick.
Now you a San
With good
Antonian. How
queso.
dare you say that?
Oh, salsa is like a given. It's like salsa to me is
Not
like
all
ketchup.
salsa's created equal.
I'm not to say that. I agree with you. But
Okay.
salsa to me, and every salsa is different. But I expect salsa on my table. That's just, you better have mustard, mayonnaise, sugar.
But see, once the
and
queso
salsa.
gets hard, it don't dip right. You see what I'm saying? And now this
Well, you're waiting too long. You ain't eating it right. If it's
Now,
getting hard, you don't know what you're doing.
I like my sister's because she puts the Jimmy Dean sausage crumbles in it. Now we talk like you put some meat in it.
Well, that's queso. That's what I'm chasing.
Yeah,
It's
you put
not
some
just
meat.
melted
I don't want
cheese.
just the melted cheese. Now, if you do like that's when we're doing nachos. We go to Dallas. She does her little recipe with the what is it, rigatoni? I don't know, whatever, with the little tomato crumplets and the little sausage crumplets.
What is a crumplet?
The little cuts.
I like crumplets.
So Ritoni, whatever it's called. But yeah,
I still don't know what you're talking about.
You've never had the queso like that with the little chopped up red stuff, sausage crumplets, and the dip,
are you talking about
nacho
like
dip.
queso with like salsa in it? Because that's what I do.
I got to text her. I got to
Good
ask my mom.
queso
Maybe
is
my
a work
mom's
of art.
listening.
And
But see,
salsa,
but
well, it is too.
I don't ever order chips and queso ever.
Well, let's go with this. We got another couple minutes in this.
Yeah.
What kind of salsa is in your refrigerator now?
Well, my mother-in-law lives with me, so it's homemade.
Oh, well,
It's
then shut the hell. Well, no wonder.
It's the best. It's the best salsa you
Like
can
me
ever
asking somebody Italian, oh,
Yeah,
which pizza do you preserve?
It's the
I
best
my
salsa.
own.
Yeah, the best salsa you ever had in your
I'll
life.
Keep it to yourself.
I'm just saying. Actually, yes.
Oh, I'm busting
Perfect
stuff out
heat,
of a
perfect
jar.
flavor.
No,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't get
hell
that.
no.
Okay.
My mother-in-law would go upside Rotel. See Henry
Oh, see,
Pacino.
now I got you with the
cheese,
Rotel.
the Rotel, and then the sausage.
Yeah,
like
that's-
my sister's queso is fire, but chips and queso at a Mexican restaurant, that is blasphemous. It's got to be salsa, bro.
No, the salsa's a given.
I don't want to be constipated.
The chips are going to show up, and there better be salsa on my table. It's already
So you
a
just
thing.
said don't give me that because that's standard.
That's standard,
That's
and
par.
I'm going to judge you by your salsa. And if I get there and I don't like your salsa, even though it's free, I ain't coming back because that. Now queso's like a.
See, all queso ain't created equal either, right?
Right, and I judge you by that. But I look at salsa like that's just
That's just
given.
that's a San Antonio
That's where
staple,
we
right?
begin. Now our salsa is better than others.
Yeah, if your chips and salsa ain't free, I won't go
Oh,
back.
true that.
I won't go back if it's not free. I'm sorry, restaurants. I know y'all had
It
overhead.
sucks for you. I know.
I know. I'm
But,
sorry. Not doing it.
I went and had my physical yesterday, and afterwards I went to one of my favorite RMRs. It was down where
by the crib.
Oh no, by the doctor's office.
Oh, okay.
One of my
So
favorites.
you leave the doctor's office and went and cheated?
Well, I got because I knew I had just I knew what was coming.
Like, oh, I passed.
Well, no, I didn't pass. I knew that today was going to be the beginning of a reckoning. So I kind of had my last meal and went. Oh man,
we got
good salsa, fresh hot chips.
I heard you trying new positions.
Can we talk about this?
Yes, let's
All right.
talk about it because
So
we have our age group of people listening. We're all here.
All right.
Where the doctor may
So
ask you to
I went
change
through
positions.
my fourth. This was now 4 because my body count.
Yeah.
4 of my prostate exams. I've now had it 4 times.
Ooh.
4 times, 3
Violent.
partners.
4 violations.
4 times, 3 partners.
Damn, you're You get around.
I get
You're
around.
Rob Kardashian.
So my virgin experience was with the same doc, and we did things in one position.
What was it? Just
You
straight
like
up.
Drop your pants, bend over, and look out the
Straight up.
window.
Just straight up.
Bend over, look out the window, and he'll take care of business and pop
Good
that
Lord.
glove and do it.
Right.
You know, it is part of life. I'm not
Yeah,
lying.
it is
Guys,
what
it ain't awful.
It's
If you
no
haven't
big deal.
had it, it is not. You need to.
Yes, I do. It's about that time for me.
But you go in, and with my first, you drop your pants.
Right.
He lubes up and takes care of business.
Right.
The next guy,
Same.
kinda, but he didn't have the table to. Now my new doc yesterday. So I'm a vet. I've been here. This is my third party.
Big deal.
This is my fourth party.
Fourth.
I've done it 3. So he's like, okay. And I know the procedure. I know as he's talking about it and he's putting on the glove and grabbing the stuff and putting it on his fingers. I know the routine.
Jesus.
I know it's time. So we look each other in the eyes.
Where's the anxiety levels go? Because I haven't had one, which is sad. I'm long overdue.
It's kind of like, it's coming. Just lighten up. It's happening. It doesn't make you anything other than healthier. So just go with it. It's
okay.
All
right.
By this point, dude, you have cleaned up other people's poop.
Yeah.
You have grabbed vomit by bare hands. You've raised kids. You've done it all. So
Right.
let the doctor do his business. But yesterday for me, I'm assuming the position. And he didn't want that position.
What did he say?
He wanted me to do another position.
What? Get on your
Kind of like on
what did
my
he
side.
What did he tell you?
And
Get
I
on your
pulled my
side.
leg up. And
Wow.
it struck.
Yo, your doctor may be a little. We might have to. We may need an investigation, dog. This is weird.
It went in easy. It happened easy. It wasn't
But-
like one was better than the other. It was just
Your
is this
doctor a
new
little
thing?
freaky.
Is this a new thing?
Like position
I
changing.
didn't know. I'm kind of like I'm
Your doc-
inexperienced in the
I
world
don't
of
know,
this.
dog. We might have to look into
But he
your
went.
doctor.
It worked out fine. It was just as quick. I didn't feel any, but it was just a new position. I was not
See,
prepared. I feel
I'm
like
not ready.
I need to read books and prepare for this. But it was over and done with, easy pleasy. But
Did you wear good underwear yesterday?
I did. I showered. I made sure
Okay.
I scrubbed in all
Good
the crevices.
socks, all that stuff.
Everything.
Okay.
I was prepared for a car accident or a proctologic exam.
Okay.
So I was clean from head to toe.
Okay, good. Because I know sometimes we wear holies.
Oh, I know. My wife, in fact, laid them out just to make sure I didn't embarrass her and everybody else in my family by my under apparel. And with that in mind, let's take a break. We're going to come back. We are going to, in fact, talk some sports today. Lots to talk about. Jimbo Fisher, how hot is
Yeah.
that seat? Jerry Jones is talking, and when he does, we listen. And this is Micah, indeed, the MVP. The stories of the day continue. Hang around with us. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Texas Cheer Liquor goes out of their way to make sure they have extensive selections of premium spirits, beer, and wine. The shelves are always stocked with the latest and greatest in those craft brews. I love me a good craft brew. Why? Because I don't have to drink 17 Miller Lights like Jason Minix. I can have me 3 really good craft brews and be done for the evening because they're 7-8%. Texas Cheer Liquor has all of those, a lot of them through A to Z. Top shelf allocated bourbons, smooth tequilas, and everything in between, making it the ultimate destination for all of your liquor needs. And it is a family-owned business. It is a small-owned business. That's right. Support the little guys. And there's plenty of Texas Cheer locations for you to do that. That's why that knowledgeable staff is always on hand with advice and help you find the perfect bottle for any occasion. Also, free online ordering and delivery options at texascheerliquor.com. So, after 2020, a lot of us said, I don't want to go back to the store. Texas Cheer Liquor understands that, and that's why they have that option available for you. So if you're planning a backyard barbecue or just having the fellas or the ladies over for a little football party or just looking to unwind, Texas Cheer Liquor got you covered. Where it's not just cheers, it's Texas Cheer.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slecker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Attention taxpayers, ready for some bad news? With $80 billion in new funding from Congress, the IRS has launched their most aggressive hiring campaign ever to ramp up enforcement. If you're ignoring your taxes, don't delay another minute because your paycheck, your bank account, even your home or business could already be at risk. Now, here's the good news. Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm, can get to work immediately, helping to protect you from the IRS. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their tax attorneys and licensed professionals are experts at resolving tax problems. Let them help determine if you qualify for the Fresh Start Initiative or other powerful IRS tax assistance programs. Take control. Call Optima Tax Relief now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on the projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/primetime and use code PRIMETIME. That's code PRIMETIME at prizepicks.com/primetime for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
When you or someone you know is going through the process of being accused of a crime, you need a team to help you protect your innocence. Who better to fight for you than former prosecutors, now defense lawyers, that know the justice system? The LaHood Norton Law Group will defend your freedom. When you choose us, you choose honest, aggressive, trusting, expert, and fearless representation. If you need help, you need the LaHood Norton Law Group on your side.
It's raining in Austin. We're back on All-Star Sports Radio. Celebrating their 30th year, our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is going big.
That's right, Austin. Sports bettors can win a new truck, get the industry's biggest 1 to 25% sign-up bonus, and even get up to 30 risk-free bets.
Touchdown. BetUS also has a 150% casino sign-up bonus.
Blackjack, now you're talking, Austin. They also have live dealers and live betting on sports, including racetrack.
Get started today at BetUS.com, where the game begins.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1-month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Enjoy your gummies in comfort while you get your windows tinted with any one of our high-quality, fully guaranteed films to stop the blazing hot summer sun from burning up you and your car's interior. MothersWindowTint.com, with stores in San Antonio and Austin. Follow us on Facebook. Add a professional layer of security to your car with our remote start car alarm combo. Make your car go thump, 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 mother thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mothers and save!
Your Riverwalk favorite, Mad Dog's British Pub, is now the perfect place to catch your favorite football game. Equipped with the NFL ticket and college game day, you can catch every game at the pub with your friends. Mad Dog's British Pub proudly serves Carbach as well as traditional British beers and grub. Try the world-famous fish and chips while drinking a yard of beer and root on your team at the best spot on the Riverwalk. Mad Dog's British Pub, located underneath the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Catch every game on the Riverwalk with your friends. Mad Dog's British Pub. Cheers, y'all.
Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. If you have big dreams or big projects, we hope you'll consider Ewald Kubota. From small Kubota compact tractors to construction equipment, Kubota is a name you can trust. Or if you aren't committed to buying just yet, we have a full line of equipment you can rent by the day, week, or month. We can even deliver it to your work site. Ewald Kubota is committed to providing excellent customer service and satisfaction. So come by one of our 11 locations. We look forward to serving you. Or visit us on the web at ewaldkubota.com.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Reinigle here. Coming up later on the Blitz, a lot of football talk. We're going to talk with a legend. Kellen Winslow will join us at 2:30. Bob Ballou from KI Sports in Austin. We'll talk Longhorn football with him at 4:15. And James Slater from the NFL Network with a little Cowboys talk. Hey, Rudy, as Rob said howdy to you today.
Is there something going on the Blitz that I don't know about Aggie-wise? Jason brought up howdy. Now Joe brought up howdy. What happened on the Blitz? Why are we talking?
Well,
why are we talking
I have
howdy
a feeling
today?
they were talking about the impending Texas dominance. You know, they're talking
or Jimbo hot seat.
That I think it. Of course they would. You know what I mean? It kind of feeds the narrative of how that
Texas is already on
ass.
y'all's
That other kind of
howdy.
The origins of howdy.
I'm listening.
The word derives from the phrase "How do ye,"
and y'all just
which
cut
was
it down.
used in the late 16th century England. And you know, Aggies, we're proper.
Yeah,
we use the proper
Oh,
King's
yeah,
English.
super proper.
And "How do ye" turned into howdy.
I'm down.
After the 16th century. I don't know the origins of howdy at A&M. I should, I guess. Lots of howdies still coming to Jimbo. I mean, you buy a lot of howdies with it, $10 million a year.
Yeah, a lot of people, this hot seat thing, I think there's nothing to see here.
I disagree to an extent. Jimbo is safe until there's empty seats. And
that's never going to happen.
Well, it did last year. It did happen last year. It did. At 5 and 7.
Toward the end of the year,
there
right?
were
That
empty
last
seats.
home game was bad. Now, yes, you're right. I remember the last home game. I remember asking you, like, Rob, what the hell's going on?
And that's unheard of at A&M.
Right.
Up until last year, it was always full. But that is indeed the problem with A&M.
Right.
Because A&M has become the football program post Johnny Manziel has become a money-making venture first.
Oh, little Jerry Jones syndrome.
Yeah, and a winning football program second. You hope that the trickle-down effect of the billions, and we're getting to the billion number at A&M, when you're talking about stadium expansion,
Everything.
new practice
Merch,
fields,
everything.
Yeah, all of that. We're talking billions invested. There has to be a return on investment. So you have to sell tickets. You have to sell merch. And the moment that beast isn't being fed, then you look at the coach. And right now, they're putting 104,000 people in the stadium. So whether the record is 5-4, 5-7, 500, as long as they're feeding it, that's the problem, though. That is the problem, because the loyalty to the dollar is overweighing the loyalty to the W. And until we get past, or if the A&M ever gets past that. Now, there's an article in The Athletic.
I'm listening.
That is basically saying what I told you last week, that this is a money-making entity. And sometimes you can, little R&D expenses, you write off the loss. We went down, we tried to make a video iPod and it didn't work, and it cost Apple $100 million finding out it didn't work. But it's okay. We're $1 billion industry. We'll carry on. And you can look at a head coach like a failed R&D experiment at A&M because it's a money-making venture. So the write-off of $71 million for an abject failure for GM, you go, well, we tried, but we're carrying on. That's what it is to A&M, man. That's what it is. The money is in the bank. If they want to get rid of Jimbo, if you start losing money in ticket sales, buying out Jimbo ain't that hard.
I still have to see that to believe it.
I'm telling you, we've done it before.
I know y'all have.
We'll do it
the
again.
The thing about it is, I know you have. I mean, there's a lot of rich, wealthy people. Wealthy. Let's use the word wealth. Riches
Yeah, we're
and
beyond
wealth.
rich.
Yeah, wealth. There's a lot of wealthy people that can buy a lot of things and do a lot of things that they don't do. I know y'all got it, but actually scratching a $76.8 million check is totally
See,
different.
the thing is, one guy ain't writing $76
Yeah, it's
million.
about 76
It's
guys.
76 dudes writing $1
million.
million. And that ain't that. When you do that, Texas got it too. A&M got it. There's enough out there for guys that want to have a name on a bench, for guys that want to have the honorary hallway between the shower and the bathroom named after their family, to go find the money.
Yeah, well, no,
that ain't hard. And I don't understand why people keep looking at this buyout like, oh my God, it's ridiculous.
Every time I read an article about Jimbo being on the hot seat, That is the prominent point of the article,
Yes,
the buyout.
But they ain't Aggies writing that story. They're not the Aggies writing the book. Talk to people inside the building. In fact, I'll take it as far as it's a point of pride. We know we can. And we will. It's a point of pride. We know we got it in the bank.
Before we go to break, has he done a head and shoulder better job than Sumlin did?
No.
I say I didn't know. I'm just a serious question. I wasn't being a
No,
smart
he has not. And that is the underlying
So they've been about. I would
here.
say they've been about the same, right?
Yes,
they're getting the recruits, and they're just
are
not.
coming.
They're just not.
You win enough big games to keep us fed,
Right.
but it's the consistent failure when it's expected that what got Sumlin fired. It ain't about the talent. It ain't about the TV. It ain't about the swag. You didn't sell tickets. We got mad at you.
Right. I don't know. Did Sumlin ever have a 5 and 7? I can't remember. I can't
He didn't
remember.
have
I don't
5
remember.
and
I don't
7
remember his,
that bad, but
it's
he
been
had.
since
There was
2017.
some abject failures.
It was 11-2, 9-4, 8-5, 8-5, 8-5, 7-5. So he was never below 500.
No, he was never below.
But he never had 30 freshmen. But I mean, I ain't making excuses for Jimbo. I'm just trying to figure this out. Like, where is this going wrong? Where is the misconnection other than the SEC West? Which is a big deal. That's a big part of it. You know, you're playing in the toughest side of the conference in the country up until this year. This
that
year
was a
looks
good
shaky.
excuse for a while. No, it's no longer an excuse. As we continue to talk about the NILs spreading the mayonnaise thin, where talent does not just land at 3 schools.
There's the point. But see, this, okay, let me give you, San Antonio, if you're listening, Rob and his veterinarian underground, they're trying to steal from us. See, they're over criticizing Jimbo because they want something San Antonio has.
Well, some of us do.
Yeah, some of y'all want something that San
It's like
Antonio
Voldemort.
has.
I can't say it out loud.
No.
I can't tell you who we're chasing. Because if I say it, curses upon my house. But let me tell you,
there's a certain,
we know where he lives.
There's a certain coach here wears orange and blue boots sometimes.
Maybe that might be him. Might be another guy.
Talks about triangles.
I'm not saying
talks about the color of your pee. There's a certain coach that lives in San Antonio that these Aggie underground may be chasing, so they're being overly critical of Jimbo. See, what you want something else, then you start criticizing what you have.
Well, there's one other thing that we have to
like,
weigh
oh, my
in.
phone sucks. You keep saying that because why? Because you want a new one. You're like, oh, I want the iPhone 15. There's nothing wrong with your phone.
But we got company coming next year.
You just want to be Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel you.
Now that is part of the pressure that you guys outside the room don't understand.
Oh, it's a big deal next year. That's why I said 2024, baby.
You think it's a big deal?
No,
it's bigger than that.
It's the size of Texas.
At least. Jerry's the size of Texas. We're going to hear from him next. He talked about his team. Why change anything? And boy, there's some guys on this team that no other Cowboy has ever been like.
Oh, my God.
Jerry speaks. We listen. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, I went yesterday to see my doc, Dr. Jacob Torres, the Institute for Functional Health. And so many people associate what he does and what they do at the IFF only with weight loss. And that's just a small part of what a thriving medical practice does. Yes, healthy living is part of the functional part of what they do, but it's soup to nuts, if that's the best term for it. You need a general practitioner. You need just a family doctor. They've got that and everything above and beyond that. That's why I go to the IFF. It is a holistic approach to my functional health. And having a svelte and thinner body is certainly part of your functional health, right? And they thrive on that. I go, actually, wait, but weight was 6 years ago. I was just fat. I was just overweight, and that was what my life was going to be. And Dr. Torres said, you can change your life. You can feel better, and it ain't going to be that hard. No, it ain't easy. This is not the easiest thing I've ever done. But 60 pounds later, I'm feeling pretty proud of myself, and I feel better than I ever have. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you're dealing with everything that heavy people deal with, from the lack of sleep to the sore joints to the brain fog to the indigestion and the gastroenteritis, all that other kind of stuff, losing weight will help. Call Dr. Torres today. He will get you on the road to wellness in a way that you can survive with. Now, it ain't easy. There is no one easy cure. And if you've ever been told that, you know you failed on those diets. This is not a diet. It's a way to change your life. Call them today. Find out. The number's 210-468-1891. The website, iffhealth.com. Listen to me. Getting involved with the Institute for Functional Health is the best thing I've done for myself since I can't remember. I'm living a better life. If you want that, call them today. It'll change your life. And I know you'll be thanking me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up later on The Blitz, another jam-packed show for you. A lot of football talk. We'll talk Texas Longhorns with KI Sports Director Bob Ballou. That's coming up at 4:15.
Plus, James Slater on the Dallas Cowboys. She will be on at 5 o'clock. We'll talk to a gridiron great, Kellen Winslow Sr., joined us at 2:30. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides 24/7 compassionate support and connection to trained counselors. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. The Lifeline works. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/win and kick off the NFL season. That's FanDuel.com/win. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Must be present in a state where lawful to wager, must be 21 plus and present in select states. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino LLC. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Tennessee, and Virginia. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona, 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana, 1-800-522-4700 or visit KSGamblingHelp.com in Kansas, 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana, visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland, visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia, or call 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpma.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.
SA Card House is San Antonio's premier card house. That's right, all of my poker playing listeners tuning in. SA Card House is a must visit. It's a beautiful atmosphere. It's clean, it's inviting, and it's top-notch customer service from the time you walk in the door. It brings a completely new vibe to card houses in San Antonio, offering games for all skill levels. That's what I love so much about it. Whether you're just like me, you're kind of learning, trying to find your way, or you're a pro, SA Card House is the place for you. They're located off of 281 North and Bitters. They have a full bar and grill attached. Yes, Foster's Bar and Grill. I've had everything on that menu, and everything on that menu is fantastic. And all the way through September 30th, they're going to be celebrating their 6-year anniversary by giving you over $270,000 in cash and prizes. That's right, SA Card House. Visit them today at sacardhouse.com. That's SA Card House at Bitters at 281.
The San Antonio Quarterback Club is celebrating their 76th year. If you love football, come to the San Antonio Quarterback Club meetings every Tuesday at 11 at the Corey Golf Club. The San Antonio Quarterback Club is a proud supporter of Gridiron Heroes Spinal Cord Injury Foundation, and this week's guest speaker is David Wetzel. The former Reagan head coach, now associate AD for football relations at Baylor, is going to be speaking Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Corey Golf Club for lunch and football talk at the San Antonio Quarterback Club. For more info, go to saqbclub.com.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
And Twin Peaks is honoring the pursuit of brews and barrel-aged bourbon every Friday at our Bourbon and Brews party. Get to Twin Peaks Fridays from 5 to 7 p.m. to experience a lingerie costume party paired with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and giveaways. Cheers!
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Susan has always wanted to live in a chateau. I like a certain je ne sais quoi. While Jake is more into the Cape Cod style home.
It's a classic look.
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle home and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they can save even more. In the end, Susan and Jake found a Cape Cod style home where they will only speak French.
Bonjour, je t'aime, merci beaucoup, and cordon bleu.
You'll get better with time. Bundling without compromise at geico.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 7 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
I'm all about winning. So when it has to do with winning, then that's part of our operation, our messaging, and our outlook.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Top of the morning to all.
It's R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Thanks for joining in with us. You got something to say, reach out, 656-3776. You can text, you can talk, sound off on our YouTube feed. Jerry spoke yesterday for his weekly in what was a wide-ranging interview. The discussion about turnovers and Dak is going to linger until we get a couple of games of this.
I bet you nobody asked Dak again after how he snapped at Archer. Well, what about the year before that? And the year before that?
And really,
I'm tired of talking about it.
The question is Dak a turnover-prone quarterback? And that's what.
No.
And that's when Archer asked the question, and Dak wanted nothing to do with that.
He was like, how does it feel? Yeah, he was like, how does it feel to start the season with no interception after 2 games? It's like, dude, like, really?
Well, Jerry was kind of speaking about the same thing, whether the turnovers are part of Dak's DNA or they were just offhanded kind of incidents. This is what he had to say.
Well, let me just put it this way. The thing that we're seeing, and this is just almost obvious, you doing it because it is Dak. Dak, a lot of players might not have made these adjustments, whether they're nuances or whether they're significant. But we knew that Dak Prescott was the best we had ever seen at taking these adjustments, if you will, or playing the game the way we're playing it. We knew he's the best we've ever seen at taking it from the classroom to the practice field to the game plan. And, of course, that's what you're seeing out there. Now, we've still got, as you saw out there, that was no accident before the game. Mike had said not only just he was making the calls on whether to take the ball or whether to take it at the half. All of that was well thought out and well preconceived. And Dak's going deep early, all of those things, and the design of how that's set up, the running game. And yeah, now we say, well, done, and that's the way it is with every coach. No, what it is done with what we were trying to do with Dak to get him better protected, to get the ball out quicker, and if you will, give us a chance to get the ball on the run, catch the ball and run after catch. All of that is a part of what you're seeing out there.
But the thing is, I got worse. Was it Shannon RJ?
Yeah, who was on 105.3 The Fan?
Okay, 105.3 The Fan. I get where they're coming from with the question, because the question was, if he's not turnover prone and y'all don't think this is a thing, why so much change? Where's the change? Why?
Why, if you didn't think he was going to throw more interceptions, why did you completely revamp the offense?
And his footwork and the line and the receivers. Make sure you know how many steps Dak is taking. Now, I get, like, no matter what, you always want to be getting better. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I think my man Clarence Hill hit on the head. Like 15 isn't that many. It just felt like a lot because the season ended with 2. Because again, Eli's going to put on a yellow jacket, and there's multiple seasons where he threw 20 plus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we
like 20 plus.
We redefine the importance of interceptions according to Dak, and then there's the same thing is that same standard is not used to judge the rest of the quarterbacks in the league. That
part of wearing the star.
But that's the catch-all. The interceptions thing, I think, is the size of the sieve of that when we're looking at Dak. What are the when we look at what he did and what he does as a quarterback and why the debate? Turnovers is the easiest thing to grab, but there was also something about Dak separate and apart from the interceptions that you just felt like, what is he really good at? We never really kind of focused in on the things that Dak is really good at. And I think what McCarthy did after being here a couple of years decided, you know what we're going to do now is not focus on chunk plays and down the field and the offensive coordinator's idea of what an offense should look like. But let's focus on an offense that focuses directly on what Dak's good at. Let's let him do that and take away the other stuff. And we could say the interception's the reason, but I think it's more about a focusing on what does Dak do really well, and let's just do that.
8 different times Eli Manning threw more than 15.
So interceptions
a little bit overrated, but Jerry was very high praise for his coach.
Now,
after 2 weeks, he was kudoing Mike and patting him on the booty and all this other good stuff. He loves him some Mike McCarthy these first couple weeks.
But I don't know when I've ever seen anything so well covered about how deliberate we were to change some things. But we obviously went in a different direction relative to our play caller. We could do that because Mike was there, but then you had to go in the right direction, so to speak, and to take what we have in Dak Prescott, which is such a positive with the kind of experience he's got and the kind of time that he's had with the staff and with Mike. But to take what we were and then adjust to do some things that would really help Dak. Now that's you got to go do that. You got to technically step in there and do it. Well, you can see, and the way that came together out there Sunday, you could see the adjustments that we have made from last year to this year, and you could see the approach and what Dak's trying to do. But then you could also see some of the things that we benefited from having done with Dak, what we've done over the last several years. And all of that would have had to evolve and take some time. So I think Mike, as of this past weekend, should take a bow, so to speak, because his fingerprints are all over that game the way we played it out there Sunday.
Again, Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan yesterday talking about his quarterback. I have a question for you.
All right,
he said you can see it. You can see.
I can.
What do you see?
I see it. I see a more conservative approach while staying aggressive.
All I can tell you is
I think you can do both. I think, as RJ would say, both can be true.
It's about the play calling for sure. But I will tell you one thing I don't know what I'm seeing because, the continuum of plays, I've got 2 games worth, and we can all talk about ball out quick, flats, and all the other kind of stuff. The one thing that I have not seen is Dak Prescott standing in the pocket 3 seconds down, trying to find somebody to throw to, and then winging one off his back foot and throwing an interception. That's what I haven't seen
thus far.
Well, but
we go off the sample size. So yeah,
I think the reason I haven't seen it, and you're right, thus far, he has to deal with a lot of that because they're getting the ball out quick. He's just not in a situation to where we're going to see it. So I will say, I see the massive changes by what I don't see. And I have not seen him standing 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 1,000, oh no, and then back throw, back foot, heave. That's ill-prepared, out-timed. We can blame the wide receiver because he didn't break right. We can blame the quarterback, but the circumstance led to the interception.
I think you won't, in life in general, not even just quarterback, when things hit the fan, that's when you resort back to your old habits. Like even on the golf course, like at some point, your old habits, you have one bad swing, and then you start thinking, and then your old habits kick in.
What's the saying?
What's that?
When in times of adversity, you fall to the level of your training.
There you go. So the thing about it is he hasn't been put in a situation because they've dominated these 2 games or where there's been adversity to see if he's going to resort back to those old ways.
Do you think it will? Do you think he will fall back into the desperation back foot heave?
I'm not. Look, he's going to throw interceptions, but I think because it's been drilled into his head since even before OTAs that it becomes muscle memory, it becomes habit to do the things that he's being asked to do. And I think that's why Jerry talks about the best adjustments. Jerry talks about the fact that Dak isn't too prideful to be coached. So yeah, I'm coming into my 8th season and you're asking me to do what? A lot of guys will be like, man, my form is my form. Leave my form alone. I'm gonna run the plays you tell me, but don't mess with my form and what I do technique-wise. I'm good there. Dak's ability to be like, okay, fine. Let's do it. We'll go ahead and do it your way. That's what he means by the best we've ever seen as adjustments. I don't think he necessarily meant like, oh my God, the play's breaking down. You got to be Roger Dodger. No, that's not what he meant. He meant like, okay, Kellen asked me to do it one way. Now Mike's asked me to do it another. Jason Garrett had me do it one way. He's had to adjust his game 3 times, and all 3 times he's been willing to do that without being a butthole about it. That's what Jerry's talking about. So I feel like because it's now become muscle memory and Mike has pounded over his head so much, I think this is going to benefit them down the road. And I see why Jerry's giving Mike so much kudos. For if Jerry's saying it's jumping off the page to him just in 2 weeks, I believe him. Jerry knows football. Despite what people think about Jerry, he knows football. So I'm going to take his word for it.
You know, we talked a lot about the last season and the year before, this relationship that Jerry and Mike McCarthy had built on these Friday gatherings, these Friday sit downs where those two would just kind of
have a little steak and lobster.
They would sit down, talk game plan. It was just the 2 of them and talk general football. And I think right now Jerry feels as much a part of this team as he ever has. Like they're doing things that we talked about, and I feel like I've never heard him speak of his coach in this way. He loved Jason Garrett like a son,
but he didn't talk about him like this.
Not like this.
Now he didn't criticize him, but he didn't gloviate about him.
He respected Bill Parcells to let him do some things that he didn't think he'd ever let a coach do.
Right.
But I've never heard him talk about a coach like he's talking about McCarthy.
Not like this.
Not like this. And I think the reason you talk about a coach like that is, one, you believe it and you can see the fruits of his labor. You can see it's working. They're 2-0. But I think he feels like I've played a role in this, in these conversations over the last 3 years. I can see some of the conversations coming to fruition.
Well, and it's also Jerry to Rudy, we don't have the money to pay Zach. Yeah, you're right, Pledge. He has lied to me before, but this is what I'll say. He's watching Mike with the microscope. And the reason I say that is because remember when he hired Mike, he said, love you. I think you're the guy, but this is your offensive coordinator. Your offensive coordinator is Kellen Moore. Deal with it. And now that he's decided to let Mike initiate moving on from Kellen, he's watching him with a fine-tooth comb like, all right, you said you were going to change this. You said we were going to be better for it. Let me see.
And he's in the room.
And for the first 2 weeks, Jerry's like, okay, you making me feel good about my decision, Mike.
What did he say? Take a bow?
Yeah, take a bow. You know what I mean? Like, you making me feel good about a decision that I don't know who all in that building was on board with because of the success that the offense has had. The offense had huge success these past 2 seasons, and Jerry allowed Mike to initiate moving on from Kellen. So he's like, okay, well, now it's on you, and I like what I'm seeing. Good job. Keep it up.
Clarence Hill Jr. of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram yesterday tweeted about some of the weapons, the things that are going on with the Cowboys, and one of the things that's missing.
What is this?
The Ronald Jones. This is on the tails of Ronald Jones.
How did that song go?
Cut.
Sledgehammer, bum, bum, I wanna be.
Go ahead, Peter Gabriel fan. I had no idea.
Yeah. I know a little bit, Rob. Don't.
No, I thought this was before your time. I thought that was music. You're a younger man than I am.
Yeah, no, I love that song. I don't know, Rob. Look, they haven't been tested yet, and that's not their fault. They're kicking ass and they taking names. And they took care of business both weeks. Come week 5, there's a certain team that wears this red and gold color. They got to go out to out there to the Bay to play. Maybe they'll be tested, but 3rd and short, goal line, 4th and 4, whatever. Maybe that's why Mike McCarthy's not so adamant about going for it on 4th down this season. 1 is a little bit conservative. 2, you don't have his sledgehammer. I don't know if they need that, Rob. Right now, they've won 70-10. They don't need anything.
But 5 field goals, lots of red zone visits, not a lot of setups.
Play caller was horse.
We're going to continue to talk about the red zone issues. Jerry wasn't satisfied, but he was happy with one part of the red zone office. He'll tell us that. We'll look at where they need to improve. And he also told us about Cooks, Martin, and Smith, our key injured players as they head into Arizona. You're going to want to hang around in the 8 o'clock hour. You will hear from Michael regarding that. We'll also talk Spurs. It is a Wednesday, and it's time to talk some Wemby.
Wemby Wednesdays, baby. Where else?
But coming back on the other side of the debate of the day, Micah, MVP. Is it possible? Should it be possible? Is it even worthy considering? And if it is, can he get it? The MVP debate begins in week 2. It's kind of like it's kind of like going to the grocery store and seeing Thanksgiving stuff out. It's 100 degrees outside. We're not ready to talk about that, but we are when it's Micah. Dallas Cowboy Talk continues next. You're on R&R. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I hope you woke up this morning and washed yourself clean underneath a Connecticut softened shower. I hope you're feeling good about yourself. If you don't have a Connecticut water softener, listen to me close. You got a water softener and you think you're doing the right thing, and you've taken a good first step. But if you don't have a Connecticut, you don't have the very best. And let me tell you why. Connecticut is designed in the United States, made in the United States, and really the way it's designed is perfect for Central and South Texas water. You know, the water that comes out of our aquifer, boys, clean, clear, and it takes care of some fine sweet tea and good beer. But I'll tell you what, there's stuff in that water. You've seen it in your clothes when it turns those whites solely gray. You've seen it on your skin, that dry feeling. You've seen it on your glasses and your dishes when you're pulling it out of the dishwasher, that white powder. That's in your water. You're drinking that. If you got a Connecticut, it'll clear that up, baby. And if you're on a well, you got to call Connecticut today, and they've got a deal for you. 656 Pure. If you call them today, Connecticut will come out and put a brand new water softener in your home for 90 days. No commitment, no cash. Just find out for yourself what so many of us know, that the Connecticut is the last water softener we're ever going to own. You need to join the club. And on day 91, I'm sure you're going to be talking to the Knippas, the owners of the Connecticut SA here, and signing up and never having to worry about your water softener again. You know, when you get that water softener, they say it's the last water softener you're ever going to own. I believe it. I've never even had to use the warranty. I hadn't had a problem yet, but I know when it comes, the warranty I've got, I did the research, apples to apples. There's nothing better out there. That's Connecticut. Call them today. Go to the website, ConnecticutSA.com, for all the details. And oh, by the way, it's time for the new models. Yeah, new models coming in. Old models got to go low. It's time to get a good deal on the very best. Call Connecticut today at 656 Pure. Put the very best in your home, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Sunday, it's the Cowboys and Cardinals at 2:30 p.m.
Prescott with a quarterback option, running to the right, spilled, head over heels, into the end zone, touchdown Prescott.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Imagine getting an impressive cash offer on your home and then selling it for more. Yeah, that happens all the time with Orchard. Getting paid more than you thought is Orchard's goal, even in this market. It's simple. Orchard sells homes faster and for more money, with the majority of homes selling in under 30 days. That's right, under 30 days. And Orchard handles everything, including paint, repair, list, and showing your home. And they'll make your listing stand out with price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost to you. And here's my favorite part. You just relax as Orchard and their expert agents do all the work, bringing buyers to you by prepping and promoting your home. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Let Orchard help maximize your sale price. Look, with so many companies trying to lowball you, Orchard works hard to get you top dollar. Want to sell your home for more? I sure would. Learn how to maximize your sale price and get a free valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. Y'all gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Okay. Next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable, fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. In the short amount of time I have to talk to you, I want you to remember two things. First, if you or a family member is injured in an auto collision, remember, you need to call an attorney as soon as you can after the collision. I don't have enough time to tell you the many, many reasons why, but trust me, the earlier you contact an attorney, the better. Second, when you call is as important as who you call. I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've been representing people injured in motor vehicle and trucking collisions for 28 years. Each placed their trust in me to do everything it takes to attain a just and fair recovery and to get honest, trustworthy legal advice. You can trust me to do the same for you. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400 or at my website, alawyerforus.com.
Yingling, America's oldest brewery, has been making beer in America for 6 generations. And for nearly 200 years, we've been all about bringing the good times. By hand, by foot, by bike, by bikers, by fanny pack or jetpack, by whatever means necessary. With Yingling Traditional Lager, good times taste even better. Yingling, bring the goods.
Drink responsibly.
Listen up, sports bettors. It's Rudy J and Rob Thompson of R&R in the morning. We are here to tell you about our favorite sports book and casino, and the only one we endorse, which is BetUS.com.
They're celebrating their 30th year of sports betting services with a special offer of up to 30 risk-free bets. Get bet protected. Get started today by going to BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MyBetUS. That's 1-800-692-3887 to learn more about the bonuses and special offers.
That's BetUS.com, sportsbook and casino, where the game begins.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
ESPN and San Antonio Sports Star insider Todd Archer reports the Cowboys would like to get CeeDee Lamb's extension done sooner than later. Have an $18 million club option on him next year. Former cornerback Anthony Brown of the Cowboys was on Pittsburgh's practice squad, but has signed with the 49ers, who the Cowboys play on October 8th. And the Rangers get back in action versus the Bo Sox today at 1:05.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left-hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I feel excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
That's Rudy. I'm Rob. Double R. That's R&R in the mornings beginning. Easy E, driving the boat all the way till 10 o'clock. Thanks for joining us today on the itinerary. Let's talk some MVP talk with Micah Parsons. They're 2-0. The Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott will be the offensive MVP, and Micah Parsons will be the MVP and defensive player of the year. Because they're 2-0. We'll talk about that. It's Wednesday. We're talking Wemby. Good news. He's playing in the Olympics. He's going to stay. He's going to stay in his home in
Paris,
Paris, and play a fine basketball tournament in a couple years. In a year from now, we're going to talk about Wemby and the Spurs as they have stockpiled all these picks. How the heck are they going to use them? There's some magic behind the method. And wait till you hear how they've scheduled out their moves, and we've been paying attention to what's going on in Dallas with the Mavericks. Interesting. We'll talk about that first. But as the Cowboys are 2-0 and they lead all news and sports broadcasts that aren't talking Dion, the discussion has now turned toward the potential most valuable player of the NFL. And this is on the heels of Pat Mahomes signing the largest NFL contract in history. And I think as we begin who should be MVP, we have to say that if we were doing it on merit and merit alone, it would be Pat Mahomes until
the end of time,
until we've been proven otherwise. And as of now, we have not. But that's not really the argument, because Pat Mahomes isn't having a great year. He's 1-1. The Cowboys are 2-0, led by Micah Parsons, who is now in the conversation. Mike Greenberg is really the one that kind of started this. That isn't a Cowboy fan. Now, Cowboy fan probably started this before kickoff of game one, Micah, for MVP.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
But listen to Mike Greenberg talk about the MVP and why it's stacked against the defense.
Here is what's wrong with the MVP award. As of this moment, Justin Fields, Bears quarterback, is on the verge of losing his job, of the league giving up on him based on how badly he has played the last 2 weeks. Micah Parsons is on the verge of being named one of the great defensive players in the history of his sport. He is so dominating every time he sets foot on the field. But because one of them is a quarterback and the other one plays defense, right now, the odds on Justin Fields winning MVP are 60-1, and the odds on Micah Parsons winning MVP are 100-1. That's hilarious.
It is hilarious, Greeny, but the only problem is that those numbers were in August. Now, Greeny, Rob, those numbers shouldn't have been that in August.
Ever.
But who cares about that? We know Justin Fields didn't have a better opportunity than Micah. We know that. I don't care what Vegas says.
But he's in a better position as quarterback. He touches the ball half the time. And every time the ball is snapped, it's in his hands, and anything good happens on offense, he gets credit. As a defensive player, you could be the best defensive player in the world, and the reason you're so good that they'll never call your name. Your name might not even mention an entire football game because they weren't going to even come near you.
Yeah.
So you can be the best player on the field and have a stat line that's awful, but the effect you brought, entirely different. But that doesn't feed the bulldog for somebody that's in another city that didn't see you play. And that's how you win MVP. You got to be famous. You got to make splash plays, and you have to be on the top of everybody's mind day in and day out, being told you're the MVP. He's the MVP.
But isn't it regional? Because I'm not a Steeler fan. I'm not a Browns fan. I'm not a 49er fan. I'm not even a Cowboy fan closet, but I have to watch every single snap of Micah Parsons. When I watch every single snap of Micah Parsons, I see somebody that is different. I see somebody that is game-changing. I see somebody that is generational. But the guy in Cleveland, the guy in San Francisco, the guy in Pittsburgh will tell you the same thing about the other three guys that we feel are generational and just monsters. So I can't sit here and tell you that when I watch Micah that, no, he's way different than Nick, because I'm not watching every single snap of Nick unless he's playing against Micah. So I get why it's a subjective argument, because all four guys that are in this edge rush / MVP voting thing, they're all different and they're all monsters in their own right. But we watch Micah every play in this region. So of course I put a poll out there on Facebook and X, who's the best edge rusher? And Micah's in the runaway, but we watch him. But it's still worthy of asking because this is Military Town, USA. So we got a lot of people here from other places, but it's going to be Micah in most people's eyes because we watch all 40, 50 of his snaps.
And, TJ Watt, I watched him. He looked good. Scoop and score. He was on the quarterback. They ran away from him. They did everything they could. He had as much effect on the game as Micah Parsons did. Yeah, as much effect. I mean, we can quibble about individual plays and stats and sacks, but you had to think about where TJ was every snap, and I guarantee the same thing applied to Micah. I think you're right. It is a regional thing, but so for the MVP to come from the defensive in the country that could overcome that, and the Cowboys are number one at that. There are more Cowboy fans across the country to where ESPN leads with it. When the Cowboys go to Arizona, you said it, they're going to have a home game. Now, that does lead to some hatred. Like, man, no, I ain't voting for a Cowboy.
Well, the Cowboys, people, before they brush their teeth, they drop a Cowboy meme hating. So, that, people don't even have breakfast before they start Cowboy hating. Now, this is the thing, Rob. In 86, that's the last time a defensive player won it. The defensive player that won it also won the Super Bowl. We're not talking Lawrence Taylor, are we? When I talk about number 11, we ain't talking about number 56, are we?
We will be if they
Rob
are 10
Thompson.
and 2. If they're 10 and 2, we will. I'm not
Rob
saying I'll bring
Thompson.
it, but they will. Because this isn't, we're not judging him against a career. We're going to be judging him on a season. And if the Cowboys come at
86 was a hell of a season for Lawrence Taylor.
I agree. The best I've ever seen. The most frightening defensive player and the most frightening defensive season I've ever witnessed. And it was Lawrence Taylor. It was you were afraid your guys were going to get hurt. It was
and
like
he
going
was
against
doing coke and not practicing.
It was like going against Mike Tyson, where you literally went into watching a football game thinking Taylor could kill somebody.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that way
Not
when
now.
you see Mike?
That
right
thought,
now, even this season, right now, 3 fumbles, 3 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery.
But talk to me in 10
that's
weeks.
Impressive for 2
It
weeks.
is. It's and the likes of which we've rarely seen. But if the Cowboys go 10 and 2, I'm talking about they have to be front and center, the best team in football,
right? With
5 weeks to go in the season. And if they are, I will say Micah Parsons will get MVP. But there's a long way between here and there. But if they're 10 and 2, I don't care what kind of season.
You're talking about at that moment, 12 games into the
12
season.
games into it. Not now, not after San Francisco. The Cowboys, if they are the best team in the NFL as the stretch run begins, as they get down to that last 6 weeks of football, Micah Parsons will win MVP because he's a bigger name than Dak Prescott. He's bigger than Dak.
I disagree with that. I think Dak gets more hate, but he's not a bigger name than Dak.
If they are 10 and 2, they will be there, and Micah Parsons and that defense will have ushered them in. That's the design of this team. Micah will be the biggest star in Dallas and the MVP.
This is why this is a big old web of craziness. And let me tell you why. Let's say you're right, Rob, and that's the case. Like, hey, Micah's clearly the best player on the team. We're 10 and 2 because of Micah Parsons and the defense. Then if I'm Jerry, I say, Dak, I know you want $52 million, but we're having our best season because of the defense. See, that all goes in together. Now I'm adding to what we're discussing. You know, we could discuss that later, but I'm just saying let's keep that in mind. If you're correct, and the defense is the sole reason, not the sole reason, but the biggest part of the reason why they're having the success and they're the best team in the NFL, that's not good for Dak and his agent.
Well, there's a couple things that are going to be a very strange narrative. If things play out the way that they are designed inside the Dallas Cowboy locker room, is the defense is supposed to carry this team to a title. That's what the offense
is. That how it's set
just
up this
stay
year?
out of the way. Don't turn the ball over. Don't go for on 4th down. Just stay out of the way and let this defense set the table, and you can go ahead and eat what they leave. I mean, that's the way this is set up. We're not trying to do Kellen Moore offensive juggernaut and we'll just score more points. This is a team designed to be complementary, as we keep saying. And if that's the case, Dak Prescott better be prepared, and it's coming. I'm not saying we're there yet. If they become winners and they go get it with the numbers we're seeing, Dak will become Joe Flacco.
Whoa!
He will become.
Whoa!
Yeah, he will be.
I know
they're
Dak,
gonna go.
Rob,
You know
I'm not
why
a
the
Dak
Cowboys
guy.
won? Because they took stuff away from you. You become a good game manager. That's the narrative. That's what
Don't do my
the
guy
Dak
like that.
haters will go. You are nothing more than Trent Dilfer. You're nothing more than Joe Flacco. They couldn't win until they managed you.
Traveling, double dribble.
No, that's what's coming,
Rob,
man.
I'm not a Dak guy.
Oh, it's
but
coming.
He's way better than Joe
Flacco.
Flacco.
I'm not saying that he is, but the narrative will become the Cowboys won the Super Bowl because they managed the offense and they freed Micah.
Now, Rob, when Edwin just pulled something up, which makes me feel like maybe this MVP thing isn't far off. Him and Bosa both finished top 8 in MVP voting last season. Now, top 8, you say that's not close, but it's still the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you were in the room.
That's what I mean. I'm just saying they are in the room. That's all I'm trying to let the public know. They have been top 10 in MVP voting.
We'll look around the rest of the NFL as the gumbo is hot. At 8:35, we're talking Spurs. Wemby has committed to the Olympics, and the Spurs stockpiling of picks. There's a method to their madness, and it's really interesting to look at. You don't want to go anywhere. More Cowboys, more Spurs. It don't get more better than that. You're on R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I've only got one book. It's betus.com. I was there yesterday. I was there this morning. I'm already looking forward to the future, baby. That's how you make your money. And at betus.com, you've got all the information you absolutely need to make your bets, to make the plays that will win you money. They give you everything you need, all the insights there, and then all the help, like Bet Protect. Go find out. It is the best way to begin your gambling, to begin looking at the world and through the eyes of a bettor. You get a little bit of comfort, a little bit of safety net there. It's called Bet Protect, and it's only at betus.com. If you're bringing your money, you're transferring it in. How about 125% bonus just for signing up? That's free money to play with. If you're bringing crypto, 200%. And if you love casino games, on that first investment, a 250% bonus. That's your money plus a half, full and a half. It's free money to play with. I cannot emphasize that enough. Go there today. Get yourself signed up. It is so easy. If you don't want to type and you just want to talk, call 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's how I signed up. But if you want to go to the website, I do recommend go nose around. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's betus.com. Listen closely. Very rarely do you get offered the free things that are available to you right now at betus.com. They've been around for 30 years. I trust them. It's the only book I have ever endorsed here on San Antonio Sports Star. I trust them. Call them today. betus.com is the website. Call them today. Get yourself signed up. And boy, when the money starts coming into the funds begins, think of me and thank me later.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Hey man, looking good. It's Stitch Fix. I'd like to thank my stylist for making me look so great. They always get my fit just right. They send clothes that work for me and my budget. They even found me my favorite pair of jeans. I'd like to thank Stitch Fix because let's get real, I couldn't make this style happen on my own. They just make everything so easy. So thank you, Stitch Fix. They just get me, and they'll get you too. Stitch Fix. Take your style quiz today at stitchfix.com.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/win and kick off the NFL season. That's FanDuel.com/win. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Must be president of a state where lawful to wager, must be 21 plus in president select states. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino LLC. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Tennessee, and Virginia. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona, 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana, 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com in Kansas, 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia, or call 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpma.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.
Joe Reinagle here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. Hey, if you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasik.com.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. In the short amount of time I have to talk to you, I want you to remember two things. First, if you or a family member is injured in an auto collision, remember, you need to call an attorney as soon as you can after the collision. I don't have enough time to tell you the many, many reasons why, but trust me, the earlier you contact an attorney, the better. Second, when you call is as important as who you call. I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've been representing people injured in motor vehicle and trucking collisions for 28 years. Each placed their trust in me to do everything it takes to attain a just and fair recovery and to get honest, trustworthy legal advice. You can trust me to do the same for you. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400 or at my website, alawyerforus.com.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Happy hour is back at Twin Peaks. Get up here Monday through Friday from 2 to 7 and score some sweet deals like $1 off all wine, liquor, and cheap shots. Freezing 29-degree cold draft brews and select apps for $2, $4, and $6. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and scenic views.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
The Jim Rome Show.
Hey, Jim Rome here, and back in the military city of San Antonio.
Weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Jason Minix here from the Blitz, starting at 2 o'clock today. Lots of football talk. James Slater from the NFL Network talking Cowboys. Bob Ballou from KIN Austin talking Longhorns. We'll talk to a legend, Kellen Winslow Sr. He will join us at 2:30. Hey, Rob, why do all Aggies say howdy?
Because we're genteel country types. We're nice to folks. I say howdy to you and Joe tomorrow out at Cigar International. They'll be live from 2 to 6. Yingling will be pouring. They'll have tickets to the Texas State Fair. You can go up and get a corny dog and watch a football game. I understand there's a
12-inch
big
corny dog.
Get you a big 12-incher.
Put it all in your mouth.
Put it in your mouth. And
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
That's really. See, 12 is probably more than some of us can handle.
Yeah, I don't normally like to hang out with the Blitz. Those guys are weird, but they're going to be smoking cigars.
Going to be a nice place. It'll be Thursday night football. They're going to be Yingling. We're going to have tickets. Did the Blitz give away Cowboy tickets last night? Or are they doing that today?
I don't know.
You know, we're the home for your Dallas Cowboys here on San Antonio Sports
I know
Star.
they're supposed to give it out, but I don't know.
Right, we don't know what the hell they're doing after that. We'll talk to James Pledger, but we have tickets to all home games. Did you know that?
Yeah, we do.
And we give them away right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Another thing we do is play golf on the regular, and we are about 11 days away.
Yeah, did you notice? So you notice our sales manager, Morgan, she emails us, hey, just so y'all know, R&R in the Morning got 8 people signed up during their show. And here comes Joe Reinagle's competitive ass. Well, they probably signed up because we pumped it up, signed up in the morning.
What
you see, like you can't, how come you can't just be like Jerry Jones, Joe Reinagle, just ask us to take a bow. Like when they give y'all props on the email, Rob, do we say anything?
No.
When Nick, what's his name? Ryan comes in and says, hey, man, there's some YouTube subscribers that subscribe after the blitz. Rob and I say, hey, good job, fellas. We don't say, well, we pumped it up all morning.
And they just finally got
signed
around
up
to
in the
it.
YouTube. Like, hey, come on, Joe.
Because we could say, you know why there's so many YouTube signups after the blitz? Because they'd rather listen to us.
It's like,
they just listen to us.
We don't do that.
We don't do that.
We just give you y'all's flowers,
Right.
man.
So,
but see, that's the thing. When you're comfortable in your skin, you don't have to overcompensate. You know.
But with that in mind, if you haven't signed up,
sign up, damn it.
Sign up right now. Sign up before 2:00 today. That's all we ask. And there is some more room. We only had
not much.
We had oh God no, because we're going to have to reserve a couple of a foursome for our Golden Tee competition next Thursday. So there's one already off the board. Because there's going to be a winner that's going to get that. So if you're trying to save some money and you can play Golden Tee pretty well, we got a tournament coming up at Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar next Thursday from 2 to 6. Now, that's the live broadcast. The Golden Tee thing will be going all night long. And if you're good, you can win yourself a foursome. But you never know who's going to show up with that. No. So that's already off the board. That takes one more foursome out there. So what I'm trying to get to is our golf tournament is going to sell out. It's going to. And it'll be sold out before we buy. Well, it could be sold out today. I haven't seen the last bit because we haven't got the numbers of those few that signed up after the blitz. But for those of you that did sign up yesterday, thank you so much. If you're a single sign up and if you got your foursome, go to your boss. Go knock on his door.
Yeah, dude, what's $400 to your boss? You've been slaving for him for 3 years. Tell him to cut the check for $400 and write it off.
Sanchez in accounting, she's got the money.
Yeah.
Just go talk to her. She can take care of it. Just go get the money. $400 for the betterment of the employees and threaten to strike if they won't.
Yeah.
That's what the car dealers did.
That's what the riders. The riders are striking.
Fight for your right to party. I was told that when I was a young man. It looks like Cleveland is settled on a running back. He was already in house, though Kareem Hunt is lurking there in Cleveland.
Jerome Ford, baby. I picked him up on the waiver wire in our Alpha Media League. I'm participating, man. And I was able to hit the waiver wire. I had Nick Chubb, so I had to go get Ford.
Chubb.
Yo, rebels.
We're not going to let it go. Not huge news, but worthy of following if you're a fantasy football guy. Saquon's on the shelf, although he is a quick healer. What's his name? Breida?
Yeah, Breida for the Giants. He's coming. So I tried to get him too. I lost Breida to somebody else in our league.
James Pledger, our resident Texans apologist.
Very much so.
Posted a stat, gave us some numbers on CJ Stroud.
Looks
like they drafted appropriately.
What is this with you Texan and Cowboy fans after 2 weeks giving us stats?
Well, we can only go with the numbers in front of us.
What's the interesting stat? Help me out.
It has to do with, when you're a young quarterback, you come on to bad football teams. I mean, you're going to deal with pressure.
Right.
I mean, there's a reason why you're available to them is because your team sucks and normally it's your offensive line that's bad. So James Pledger went and dug into some stats, and this is a bad team. You're going to deal with pressure. CJ has dealt with the third highest pressure rate in the NFL. 44, nearly 0.5% of all of his dropbacks have been under pressure.
He lost a lot of offensive lineman to injury, so I get it.
And even when they were going to be fully healthy, it's not a great offensive line. Your team sucks. There's a reason.
I feel like this is a backhanded compliment segment.
Well, it kind of is. I'm not going to lie. I mean, there's a term I always want to say that I get in trouble for.
Okay, don't say it.
The rookie quarterback, CJ Stroud, has recorded the second highest next-gen stats passing score, 91, with expected points before and after each play with plus 29.5. Basically, he deals with pressure in a way that is in line with Lamar Jackson, who leads the NFL, and we know what he's capable of, and that's with his legs. CJ comes in second with a score of 91. And third is Kirk Cousins, who does it a different way. And then fourth is Tua. We know a little bit of both. And Russell. He's in the company of
some top 15.
Really top end
15
quarterbacks.
For sure.
Now, I know you can find stats to justify any opinion.
Yes.
But on your eye test, when you saw them play against the Colts, generally, what did you see? Because I've
You know what's crazy is after 5 games of live action, because he played in all the preseason games at least a little bit. Well, maybe 4, because I don't think he played in game 4 preseason. I've seen him each week take incremental steps from week 1 to week 2, which isn't normal for a rookie, especially when you're dealing with that type of pressure. You don't see a guy get better. So I've seen him just get a little bit better each time I've seen him step on the field.
And that's all you can really ask.
That's
right?
all I can ask.
Rank him. I like Bryce. I'm worried
about Bryce.
Man,
and remember, I was the one saying, we should have got Bryce Young and traded Justin Fields. But it's been rough for Bryce these first few weeks. But dude, it matters where you go, man. That's why I understand why Caleb Williams' dad is like, man, we will go back to school, because if you're not Dak, Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson, you can go and they can set you up for a lifetime of failure in the NFL. And right now, that's what Carolina's done. So right now, I would go CJ, Anthony, and Bryce. And I think Bryce is the best of the 3.
I do too. From the neck up, the guy can play quarterback.
Right.
It's just he has no help, and the size is going to be an issue. I know that we're not supposed to talk about it anymore.
But what?
He just
too little.
I'm not going to say that yet.
Now, look, this has been a topic ever since with Deuce. Like, I watched Bryce a lot at Alabama. I knew he was small, but it wasn't glaring. Right now, once you get to the NFL, it's glaring how small he is. Like, of course, Anthony Richardson, he's a unit. He's like Cam Newton reincarnated. CJ is right there in between. Bryce just looks tiny.
It is of great concern if I'm a Carolina Panther fan, for sure. We're going to continue talking Cowboys. We heard from Jerry Jones yesterday. He let us know what he thinks of his new quarterback and his head coach, and he wants him to take a bow, and you can figure why. Dr. Jason Garrett is just about 15 minutes away, but coming back. Wemby is going to be in the Olympics.
Yes, sir.
And it ain't going to be all that easy on the Spurs. We got some experts that are telling us this turnaround that's imminent ain't so imminent. We'll look at the reasons why and look at how the Spurs look to build this team in the future with some strategic drafting and free agency. All coming next. We're talking silver and black right here on R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
When you need someone you can rely on for help with your purchase or rental and you're looking for outstanding customer service, the guys and gals at Ewald Kubota are committed to serving you. That's right. They're ready to move some tractors with great deals and discounts on Kubota. 40 and under 40 horsepower tractors with $1,500 off the L3902 39 horsepower compact tractor. Also, it's a good time to service those mowers. We're going to be getting a little bit of rain here. That grass going to start growing, so it'll start getting up around your calves, around your knees. And Ewald Kubota has all kinds of Kubota zero-turn mowers and the stand-ons and those RTVs. That's rugged terrain vehicles, perfect for hunting season. Perfect. Gas or diesel, 2 or 4-seaters, all the accessories you need. They got the light bars and the gun racks. Also, fantastic deals when you need to dig up a tree. They got that Intimidator waiting on you. That's right. From the Gulf Coast of Mexico to the hill country of Texas for 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Wemby, man, the hype is insane. I love the guy. I love his game. I love him playing for that coach. I love him in that community. And I think it's a great thing.
It's the Jim Rome Show, where Wemby and Rome rule. Weekdays at noon.
Hey, Jim Rome here.
Have a take, San Antonio. And certainly do not suck.
Man, I'm nervous. I wouldn't want that gig.
It's the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights. Here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods. Here championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to serve our communities. We're here for it all. Here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Is it just me, or is it always a struggle to take a good family pic? Between getting everyone to smile and finding outfits, it's not easy. Luckily, Kohl's has 15% off styles that are perfect for our upcoming photos. And the rest of fall, too. I got myself a flannel for $27.99. My daughter, jeans for $24.99. And more. Plus, I earned Kohl's Cash, which put a smile on my face. Now, to get fun on every Offer in September 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Coastal for details.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1 month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Enjoy your gummies in comfort while you get your windows tinted with any one of our high-quality, fully guaranteed films to stop the blazing hot summer sun from burning up you and your car's interior. MothersWindowTint.com with stores in San Antonio and Austin. Follow us on Facebook. Add a professional layer of security to your car with our remote start car alarm combo. Make your car go thump, thump, thump. Other thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mothers and save!
Accused of a crime? Our team of former prosecutors turned criminal defense attorneys can help you be a step ahead of your legal problems. The LaHood and Norton Law Group knows both sides of the criminal justice system. Our team is your best defense. Let us be your legal bodyguards. We can handle all criminal cases, state or federal. Call us to review your case at 210-797-7700.
It's football season, and what goes better with football than beer, wine, liquor, and cigars? That's right, Texas Cheer Liquor, 9 different locations. Check them all out at TexasCheerLiquor.com, where it's not just cheers, it's Texas Cheer.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar is San Antonio's home for all things sports, drinks, and games. 7 days a week happy hour, sports on all HD screens, and plenty of arcade games. With 5 area locations: North Star, Nacogdoches, Medical Center, St. Mary's Strip, and Thousand Oaks. Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar has you covered for any occasion, catering to you and delivering San Antonio memories for over 10 years. Slackers, San Antonio's home for all things sports, drinks, and games. Follow Slackers on Facebook for events and specials.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about 2 things: the one-of-a-kind wood-fired flavor of a Traeger Ironwood XL grill
and football.
That's right, Desmond Howard. Get fired up for the game in just a tap with Traeger's intuitive touchscreen. Then throw on your favorites and monitor the grill from anywhere with Wi-Fi technology. So you spend less time staring at the grill,
which means more time for football.
Upgrade your Saturday with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
All right, team. Apps on the table by 7:30 sharp.
Jalen and his catering company have a lot on their plate.
Really particular.
He needs a bigger team to continue climbing up the food chain.
Got this event. Hey, Mitch, was that a contract for 200 or 250 people?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Top of the morning to all.
I don't know what's going on, but Greg Shelton, our resident orange-blooded guy, just walked by and gave me a thumbs up. Gave me a
That's
giggle.
not normal.
I don't
Thumbs
know.
up.
Something's happening on the outside of the glass box of fun. He is Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. This is R&R. We're glad you're with us today. Dr. Jason Garrett is imminent.
Imminent. He uses that word once a show.
We got news yesterday that Wemby is going to play for the French Olympic team in Paris. Shock.
What?
I mean, you'd thought that he might want to take a weekend, a summer off.
Here we go again, Manu 2.0.
See his new shoe? Nike released his Wemby shoe. Well, he doesn't have a name shoe. He has a shoe made for him, but his name's not on it.
Why not? If it's him, if it's made for him.
Well, you have to earn it. You don't immediately.
It was the biggest tank in NBA history for him. He's earned it.
But I mean, as a player, you don't get to just step into your own shoe. You got to play a couple years. Even Jordan didn't start with his own shoe. Neither did LeBron. Kobe didn't either. They put on other shoes and then they got their own. And Wemby, if he pans out, which we hope he will get his own.
Shoe was okay.
I've seen a lot of pictures of him around town.
Good. He got to get ingratiated.
Saw one yesterday. A guy was standing next to him holding an alien.
Has he been to a taco truck? That's all I care about.
I am sure that
that's all that matters.
He on his way to view the many murals and a hair appointment, he had a chance to.
So you got to earn your shoes, but you don't got to earn your mural.
Pretty much. They're looking at the Spurs' future as we prepare for training camp, which is imminent. Media Day is October the 2nd. We're just a little over a week and a half away.
October 2nd?
Yes.
Day after the tournament, huh?
Mm-hmm. The Spurs have been paying close attention to Dallas.
The Cowboys? Micah Parsons?
Yeah,
the
that
Mavericks.
too, because I'm pretty sure that they would vote for Micah at MVP. Luka Doncic is coming toward a free agency period.
Okay.
And there's a couple of picks that are coming through Dallas that that are going to become available after his new contract decision is going to have to be
2030. And at that moment, Wemby will only be 25.
And, you never know what'll happen. Dirk certainly spent his entire career in Dallas.
There's only a few guys, Tim, Kobe, Dirk. There's only a few guys that can say they did it that long at one team.
I just can't imagine that that's going to be a trend. But when you're looking at the future and you're looking forward to things, at 25, Wemby will be in the prime of his career. And there's a strong possibility that just like the Lakers did way back when, win a national title and get the #1 draft pick, win the world. I say national because that's an argument unto itself. But they win the world championship and they draft James Worthy the next year.
Yeah, that's just stupid. That is the dumbest thing ever.
So there is the possibility, as the Spurs have looked down the road, that Dallas is bereft of talent in their own process, and we're going to own their pick. This is one of those things you look down the road and you go, well, how did the Spurs maintain this dynasty for 20 years? It's this kind of forward thinking where you go 5 years from now.
You sure that's just not a coincidence? Are you giving them too much credit?
Yes, it's a coinky dink.
Oh, okay.
And that could very quickly change with a lot of stuff. But it's one of those things when you read, you go, how did they do this?
No, I mean, trust me. We say it's coincidence being funny, but it could be it could be a well-designed plan. They did have a well-designed plan for Wemby for 3 years that we didn't really know was unfolding until last year.
Just a little nugget to put around.
Yeah.
Well, there's an article that hit the streets written by Andrew Lopez and Kevin Pelton.
Not so fast, Spur fan. Not so fast. Who is that? Lee Corso?
Yeah, not so fast.
Not so fast. Don't expect the imminent turnaround.
At 9 o'clock, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because for those of us that are intent on this quick turnaround, and it's not a process, it is what are we doing? We're not doing a process.
We didn't say process. We're doing the
project.
A project. This project might take a year or two longer than expected because this quick turnaround might not be imminent. And Andrew Lopez and
Peloton
of ESPN have told us. Not so fast, my friends. That's coming up at 9 o'clock. But I want to give away some Adam Sandler tickets.
Let's do it.
He is coming to our beautiful Alamo Dome during the Christmas season. If you're planning for something to do that week before Christmas, December the 17th, you'll be at the AT&T. I'm sorry, not the Alamo Dome. At the AT&T December the 17th, we got tickets all week long. It pays to listen to R&R, and here's your chance. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can go hear Adam Sandler sing his Hanukkah song over the holidays.
He has a new Netflix special you're not getting invited to my bat mitzvah.
And it's his daughter that stars. That's his daughter.
That's his real daughter?
Yeah, that's his real daughter.
Maybe I'll watch it.
I haven't seen it yet, but I saw the story with him on there. Yeah, Adam Sandler, I'm a fan, and he's coming. Get yourself some tickets. Caller number 3, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Hey, let's talk some injuries with Dr. Jason Garrett in just a couple of minutes. The shattered knee is front and center.
Yeah, it's bad.
There's word, Josina Anderson tweeted out last night that they're an early look at his knee, Nick Chubb's knee, that he might be imminent for 2 surgeries, not just 1.
Sheesh.
I've never heard of that.
No, well, no. I guess that's one of those things where you kind of, right now, I'm sure Chubb is asking himself if he wants to go through this as far as like retiring or not. It's because it's going to be, if you got to do a surgery and then wait a few weeks and then do another surgery, I can only imagine what the rehab looks like now. He did have an ACL situation at Georgia in 2015, so this isn't his first rodeo, but this seems to be a tad bit more extreme.
You know, I thought we were going to get past having to witness that again.
But then it's on, how many memes have you seen?
Oh, man, it's everywhere.
And people are so cruel.
That's brutal, man.
Yeah. Like, who does that? Like, who takes the time to screenshot, crop, and then come up with something crazy to say about it?
For the rest of his life.
Right. They'll live, the internet is forever, I think.
Not the worst. Well, it's up there with the worst injuries I've ever witnessed.
It isn't Joe Theismann.
It's not Joe Theismann, but it was damn close. It was. Now, Joe, when he was down, that leg stayed weird even when he was down. It was still a letter L. When Nick went down, at least it kind of went back into place.
Joe walks with the hip hop now. His leg is shorter because of that. But now that was the 80s technology. Yeah. They didn't have a Rosti in 87 or 88, or did they?
Speaking of a recipient of a knee surgery, several in the 80s. No, I think things have gotten better, and we have an expert to tell us about that. That's Dr. Jason Garrett of a Rosti. He stops by every week to tell us how our favorite players can get themselves back in the game. It's always a pleasure. Doc, how are you this morning?
Well, I'm doing real well. I had my own competition last week, a CrossFit big competition, and this weekend I'm actually hiking the Grand Canyon, so trying to stay injury-free myself.
You're hiking the Grand Canyon.
I've done that.
Wait a minute.
I've hiked down and up.
The Grand Canyon is the size of San Antonio, ain't it?
Yeah, it's an effort. It's a worthy effort. Pack your water.
Pretty steep hike.
And if you get tired and you decide to take a donkey up, which I did, make sure you get a 2-eyed donkey and not a 1-eyed donkey whose outside eye is blind. That's a story for another day. We've been talking about it, and it was in fact gruesome. Nick Chubb's knee explosion there on Monday night. Late word from Josina Anderson last night is there's word about maybe not just one surgery to clean up whatever that problem is, and you have to figure every tendon in that knee was blown up, but possibly 2 are coming up in the near future. Have you heard of that before?
Yeah, a lot of times there's just so much damage. You can only get so much done at that time. And remember, he destroyed his knee a few years ago.
Right.
Actually made an unbelievable recovery. No one thought he would actually recover. So to have that catastrophic of an injury twice, there's going to be just an enormous amount of debris they got to clean up. They've got to repair ligaments and tendons. There's stuff they probably have to replace from other body parts, from cadavers. I mean, it's a catastrophe, unfortunately.
So the point where I haven't even seen the exact diagnosis, Doc, like broken AC, MC, PC, is all the CLs, right? And then maybe something else as well.
Yeah, when you look at the way his knee bent in the wrong direction sideways, there's just no way a lot of those structures are intact. And some of those things, like the MCL, look like it was completely destroyed, which you can tear an MCL, that's one thing. But the angle that his knee was bent at, he's going to have significant amount of not hardware, but I guess software, mesh and everything else put back in there to try to get that knee stable. And it's just never going to move the same. If he makes a comeback, it'll be the greatest comeback in the history of injuries.
Oh, so you call it retirement. Okay.
Yeah, that second one, man. I tore my knee twice. And the second one, the rehab was worse. It took longer. It was more painful. It seemed like the scar tissue was there were more setbacks on the second one. It was awful. It was enough to where you almost want to give up the game because there's just too much pain and too much work.
Yeah, so if you think about a joint, especially like a knee, it's an enclosed capsule. And so once you cut into it once, it's never the same. It's always going to hurt. It's going to have pressure problems, going to have synovial fluid issues. And that first one was a big one. This one is as as big or bigger than the first one. And so just that amount of opening it up and changing the integrity of the inside of that joint, it would be, like I said, it would be a miracle if he makes a comeback.
Now, this speed bridge surgery that
what is this?
That Dr. Neil Atrachi is going to perform on Aaron Rodgers has Aaron Rodgers feeling like there's a possibility he can make it back this season. What's the speed bridge, and is it going to be a miraculous return for Aaron this season, Doc?
I mean, if you're going to repair a tendon as thick and strong as an Achilles tendon, which by itself can hold 1,000 pounds when it's like a cadaver tendon, and you want to make it reattach that in a way that holds at least 1,000 pounds worth and get somebody back in a football season, I don't think that's realistic. I think he's being very optimistic. There's no amount of speed recovery that just makes tissue heal that much faster. So
they're talking 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months to get it to where you can walk and do things. 6 months for a full recovery where you can play. 6 months into the season, that's not really realistic for him to come back.
You know, I found it interesting, and I know they don't have anything in common. But when we're talking about a new, faster, better method on the Achilles, and whether that's true or not, it will play out. Is this on the same road as it is with this new UCL surgery that's going on that is supposed to save some time on the Tommy John? Is there some sort of technological breakthrough that has occurred for both of these to kind of promise imminent and quicker returns?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't know exactly what the speed one, the fast one they're talking about the Achilles, but for the Tommy John one, yeah, they're literally putting a Kevlar type mesh into a structure that's still somewhat attached, or at least it's attached in the right. It's not torn in the wrong spot. They're able to anchor it into the bone, so it's almost immediately as strong or stronger than it was before. The Achilles is a little different because it's harder to anchor it into the soft tissue of the top of the calf. So where you tear the Achilles, like if you tore it off the bone at the heel, yeah, you could suture that back in. It could potentially be like that, but usually it tears and rolls up, and so you've got to attach it in more than one spot and hope that it holds. They usually sew it together in the middle of the tendon, and so I just don't see how that could work the same. But the technology improves every year, so who knows?
Doc, on the golf course Sunday, I could not get my right glute. I'm being serious. I couldn't get my right glute to activate. Like I'm literally like, we've talked about this with you for months. I don't know if it's sciatic. I don't know what it is, but I am going to have to go see one of your people because I'm losing yardage. I can't quite turn, and I just don't feel like the right glute. It's like a sharp pain here and there. Like some days it's there, some
like
days it's
sciatica
not.
To me, baby.
And I just like, and this Sunday it wouldn't activate, and it hurt my golf swing, and I can't have that.
Yeah, that was his handicap.
My right. It's just the right glute.
Yeah. Are you having shooting pain past your glute, into your hamstring, in the back of your knee,
yes,
down the leg, or is it just like achiness?
No, down all the way down to the behind my kneecap.
Okay, yeah, then you definitely probably have some nerve irritation, and bending forward with a golf swing may not be the best thing. Now, if you could stack it, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right, I'm right-handed.
All right, so one thing you could do, and this isn't like a fix for your back, but a fix for your golf swing, and actually may have better contact, is kind of lean towards the stack and tilt, and just keep all your weight on your left leg throughout the entire swing. You'll gain contact. It'll be a smoother swing. You probably gain yards from where you are right now.
I'll probably be trapping the ball though, right? Because I'll be coming down on it. Would be kind of more of a trap shot.
You should, but I mean, playing in Texas wind, that's kind of what you want anyway. You want to be able to hit that low fly shot.
That's a play into your natural slice anyway, right? Hey, Doc, as we head into this weekend and the injuries start to add up, I'm going to talk about rehab for an entire team. When you work with teams, do you set baselines for certain things so that when they come to you and they say they're injured, you know where they are and where they're going, like where you need to be back?
To a certain degree, but you do expect them to come in stronger at the beginning of the season than they will towards the end of the season. So if you look at like the power clean, their clean and jerk, their max squat, their deadlift, all those things are probably going to be stronger before the season, because once those aches and pains start adding up throughout the season, you're still going to lift weights, you're still going to hit it, but you don't have as much power, and so you're using those things to recover from the game. One of the best things they can do during the season, especially after a hard game, is lift heavy as soon as possible. Unless you're injured or really hurt, the heavier you can lift for 5x5 or 2x5, the faster it gets your nervous system ramped up and gets your muscles to heal and gets you kind of over that soreness. But I wouldn't expect the baseline to get back to where the baseline was. Really, it's just a matter of Do you have full range of motion? Can you be explosive? And can you perform on the field better than the guy behind you? So if you can, then you're going to find a way to get in there.
Is liver laceration above what y'all do? I know a little. Okay, so
Yeah,
you don't mess with no liver. There's no liver rehab at Rosti.
No, we send that to the vascular surgeons, the general surgeons, and we say save their life.
Yeah, that's a scary proposition. When you deal with guys that are injured, do you ever deal with guys that are considered quick healers? They're calling Saquon Barkley a quick healer. Is that such a thing? And when you're dealing with a rolled ankle, is quick healing even possible?
It is. And then, so for example, like Tony Parker, he was a quick healer. We could get him back really, really fast.
Wow.
And actually, there are definitely some people that are quick healers, but people that get hurt a lot more and just don't recover as well or keep on getting hurt. So those two different things. Those that usually are quote unquote quick healers, they can get out of the way of their brain, turn the pain off, and then move through functional range of motion and use those tissues without fear and anxiety. There's something called catastrophization, which means when you have pain, you don't want to use it or you don't want to move, which most people have. So you sprain your ankle, you hurt your back, like, oh, I can't exercise because I hurt my back one time and now I'm afraid to do that again. When in reality, it's a normal range of motion. You should be doing it. Pain is okay unless it's escalating or there's a mechanical dysfunction. So the sooner people get in the mentality, and you see this a lot more with European players, it's interesting. So a lot of the European players that came over, like Boris Diaw, Tony Parker, even Tim Duncan to a certain degree, they have a different mentality in recovery versus a lot of the American players. So I worked with quite a few of the Clippers back in the day and the Golden State Warriors before they became the champs. And there were so many guys on those teams that were the biggest babies and just would not move things because it hurt. It was shocking how much it impacted their ability to recover fast.
How screwed are the Bengals, Doc? I mean, they knew that the strained calf, and we've talked with you about strained calves and how you're fine. Oh, I stepped wrong. I'm not. They played Joe Burrow the last week. He tweaked it. Now they're talking about, he may not play week 3. What route should they go? 2 weeks, sit him down 2 weeks, but then, you look up and you're 0-4. What would be the best thing for the Bengals and Joe Burrow to do?
Yeah, if it is just a pulled calf muscle, I mean, the sooner you can get him out there and really test it to know if it's going to hold up for the season, probably the better.
Okay.
So I would say maximum 2 weeks, but you want to get him out there because then if he ends up hurting it and tearing, not the Achilles, but tearing the calf, then you can shut him down. You know where your season's going to be at. But if you're kind of going back and forth with like, well, it's kind of bring it back slow or give him 3 or 4 weeks, it's a lot harder to plan your season around that. So you need to kind of, get your business done or get off the pot, essentially.
Got you.
Well, we will get off the pot. That is Dr. Jason.
The Grand Canyon.
Enjoy,
man.
Enjoy your stay in the beauty that is the Grand Canyon. And don't drink that water coming out of the springs. It's not clean. It will get sick. That's another little bit of history there. Hey, Doc, always a pleasure. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Dr. Jason Garrett stopping by with Rosti. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Rosti providers around San Antonio waiting to get you fixed, as he just gave Rudy some advice. Hey, coming back, let's talk Wemby. It is Wednesday, and the turnaround that is imminent. Just how imminent is it? And with lots of Cowboys talk, is Micah the MVP, and is Dak Prescott imminent to become Joe Flacco or Trent Dilfer? We're talking about it. You need to be involved. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio's premier card house is SA Card House. That's right. All, and I mean all, of our poker playing listeners tuning in, whether you're a rookie like myself, in between, or you're a pro, SA Card House is a must visit. Beautiful, beautiful atmosphere, clean, inviting, top-notch customer service. And you're trying to log those hours because they're always doing these great giveaways when you got to, play to get the pay. And you get a little bit hungry because you've been there all day long. They have a full bar and a full restaurant attached. And the best part about it for me personally, they got breakfast all day long because I am a nighttime breakfast type of guy. That's right. Foster's Bar and Grill is there to take care of you. If hey, man, you had a bad day. It happens when you're playing poker and you need a little bit of something to take the edge off afterwards. Hit the bar, man. Get yourself a little old fashioned. And it is one of the best old fashions in the city as well. SA Card House is located off 281 north of Bitters. Like I said, full bar and grill attached. And it ain't your typical card house. It's a private social club, but they're always accepting new members. I really enjoy Mondays, the free roll, because you can be in and out of there if you're a brand new customer. $35, get you some time, learn the game a little bit, get your butt kicked a bit, as it happens. And the dealer, they're going to help you out and show you what you should and shouldn't do of course, after the hand, but they are there to take care of you. It is top-notch, grade A customer service, kind of like the Chick-fil-A of card houses. Great, fantastic customer service. Check it all out at sacardhouse.com for more info. Stop in for a quick drink and check the space out. That's SA Card House at Bitters and 281.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Sunday, it's the Cowboys and Cardinals at 2:30 p.m.
Prescott with a quarterback option, running to the right, spilled, head over heels, into the end zone, touchdown Prescott.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, eWealth Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-627-3604. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-627-3604. That's 800-627-3604. What do you have to lose? Call 800-627-3604. Again, 800-627-3604.
Howdy, Bobby Jenkins of ABC Home and Commercial Services. Trees can be one of your landscape's most valuable elements, and keeping them healthy is always money well spent. ABC's veteran tree staff is manned by ISA and Oak Wilt certified arborists, and we provide tree trimming, tree care, and tree fertilization services. Plus, if you're ever concerned about tree damage from wind or storms, give our specialists a call for a free evaluation. ABC Home and Commercial Services, specialists for your environment.
ABC Home and Commercial Services.
At a time when you need it most, Diamonds Direct is doing something that seems impossible. They're rolling back finance rates to 0%. You heard it right. Now through October 1st, you can get 0.0 for 5 years. So that $10,000 engagement ring is around $167 a month. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, make any purchase, divide the price by 60, and that's your payment. No interest for 5 years. It's the only time this year you can do this. Get details, showroom hours, and more at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. On Proof Credit.
Hey guys, do you know what makes Revive Men's Health San Antonio different? You. Every Revive treatment and medication is personalized just for you. Revive has the experts that guys go to when their current treatment isn't working. They have a complicated medical condition, or they're just not happy with their daily performance. Since 2011, they've helped thousands of local men suffering with the symptoms of low T and ED. Their goal is simple: to get to the bottom of your issues and fix them. Your best performance requires more than generic ED medications or a low-dose testosterone booster at a low-ball price like you find online. Revive medications are custom compounded, affordable, and guaranteed to resolve your issues. Stop dealing with the symptoms of low T or ED. Book your free T-check and exam and save $199 today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit us at ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Is joint pain, soreness, and achiness getting in the way of your best life? Football legend Emmitt Smith refuses to back down to pain. That's why he's a huge advocate for QC Kinetics and their natural approach to getting you relief.
Look, we get one trip around, so I wouldn't ever let pain stop me from hanging out with my race team, traveling with my family, or golfing with my friends.
Emmett's got it right. And QC Kinetics uses regenerative medicine to relieve that never-ending pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. And the best news, there's nothing foreign being introduced into your body. Just your own body's natural healing properties. No surgery or no downtime.
If pain's holding you back, maybe it's tennis, pickleball, running, hiking, or spending time with special people in your life. What are you waiting for? This is precious time. Get out there and get over to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Aggies. San Antonio's Sports Center.
ESPN Todd Archer reported the Cowboys would like to, quote, get CD signed to an extension sooner than later. They have an $18 million club option next season. The Rangers beat up on the Red Sox 6-4 as MacArthur High School's own Josh Jung hit a go-ahead single to end a 4-game losing streak for the Rangers. They finished that series today at 105.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I'm just excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R in the morning, hour 4. We're glad you're with us today. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. You missed anything earlier than this? Set your alarm earlier. Come on, get up. You can go to sasportstar.com. We call it the audio vault. You should call it your podcast central. Anything we do, you can find right there, whether you catch it live or catch it later. This hour, we're talking Spurs as the season's rounding into form. They're all working out. Media Days, October the 2nd. We'll have games before you know it. Jerry Jones spoke yesterday to 105.3 The Fan. A little wide-ranging conversation on the glory that is the Dallas Cowboys. And is Micah Parsons imminent for the MVP? That will all be covered in some way this hour.
We could do some fantasy update. Rob, text coming in from 7744. I need help. What QB would you pick up right now? Russell Wilson or Jordan Love?
No, Love.
I think I might go Russ because they might lose, but Sean's gonna let him throw it around the yard. LaFleur has Love on a he especially when Aaron gets back. When Aaron Jones gets back, Love isn't going to throw the ball that much. Now, I don't know if Aaron's going to play this week, 7744, but I'd probably go with Russ because the Denver Broncos are going to lose to Miami, but because Sean Payton understands that they're going to have to score 40 points, he's going to let Russ throw it all around the yard. So at least for this week, 7744, I'd probably go with Russ, but I suck at fantasy.
You're going to lose either way is what I'm afraid to say. If you're going in,
well, you got to give him an option, Rob.
With a knife is what you're going into.
A butter knife at that.
How did you end up with no quarterback on week 2? That's really the question. Because if those are your 2 quarterbacks, you didn't draft appropriately. I'm just going to just leave it at that.
Running backs and receivers are more important than the quarterback, isn't it?
Yeah. But you better pull your quarterback. Everybody should have a quarterback that is at least first or second in scoring every week. And if your quarterback is not the highest or second leading scorer on your team, you're not going to win. I mean, you have to have.
I have Tua, so I've been okay the first. Well, week 1, of course. That was going to be last week, not so much. But you're in 3 leagues. What are your teams looking like?
I've got one. I'm walking the family league, the bragging rights one. It's a smaller league, so I look good. So far, so good. I got I got curb stomped in the media league over the weekend. Curb stomped.
Who'd you play? Can't say his name?
Or
her name?
No, Evan Klosky, formerly here of Ken's. He's a news director there in Tampa Bay with the Fox station there in Tampa now. He curb stomped me pretty handily. He's won that league a couple of times.
You
I don't like
Minix
talking about that
week,
league.
Right?
Yeah, I got Minix, and his team's as bad as mine. I might get a victory in that one.
I'm only in 1. I'm only playing in the station league.
And I appreciate the fact you're fired up about it. You're picking up players right and left.
I don't want to be that guy. Nobody likes the guy that quits. So, yeah, I was able to pick up Jerome Ford for the Browns because I had Nick Chubb. Don't do it. I had Nick Chubb. I tried to get Breida from the Giants because Saquon's down, but I lost him. I don't know who in the league. Like, who in the league where we don't put any money up is doing the waiver? Like, I was like, I'll be able to get who I want. Nobody's paying attention to the waiver wire.
That's the fun, is the waiver. Although I picked up Breida. He's playing the 49ers.
Nobody in your league even tried.
No, because they saw he's playing the 49ers is what he can sit and marinate for a week. We'll figure it out. We're going to talk some Cowboys and hear from Jerry here in about 30 minutes. But I'm going to talk Spurs. There's an article out on ESPN by Andrew Lopez and some guy named Pelton, something like that. Kevin Pelton. It talks about the turnaround, the imminent turnaround that the Spurs expect, and the tank that brought us Wembanyama might not bring what we've been accustomed to, because this isn't our first rodeo. We've done this to the mountaintop before, and the last 2 visits to Everest totaled 71 total wins.
Wow.
36 came in 1997.
Okay.
After Tim arrived, and 35 arrived the year David arrived. Okay. We have seen what turnarounds look like, and we've brought in guys to do it. And of 2 of those turnarounds, of all 3 of those turnarounds, at the beginning, Pop got there late, but he's there.
Right.
He's seen it. So when we have done it, we have, in 2 different eras, we have seen awfulness and planned for the future, and it's worked. Why won't it work now? Why shouldn't we logically expect the greatest prospect since LeBron to not bring 30 wins?
Because keep in mind, Tim came to an entirely different situation. Look, and this isn't a knock. They're not saying that Keldon and Vassell and Malachi and, Devontae, like, they're not saying that they're not good, but what they're saying is, when you look at Denver, when you look at the Mavericks, when you look at Phoenix, when you look at Sacramento, Golden State, we look at the Lakers, who probably have had the best offseason. When you look at where the teams are that they have to face 4 to 3 times per season, even with Wemby, they're not there. That may turn into that. But to think right now that this is going to turn into a team that's a 7th through 10th seed, I think it's not out of the realm of possibility, Rob, but it is a bit of a stretch. So that's not a knock on Wemby either. It's just they're way down. They're way down the list when we talk about teams that are on the rise and on the come up. Hell, I don't even think they're Oklahoma City, who's getting Chet Holmgren back, who already was in the play-in this past season. So when I look down at the teams, even with Wemby, they may be 10th. Maybe 10th. They would need some guys in front of them. They would need some help to be a legit turnaround this quickly after only winning 22 games.
And Tim might not be the best example, because he did land with the David Robinson already sitting on the locker room. But David got here back in 89.
I can't remember I don't remember the team. What was that? I don't remember the team that Dave walked into.
Bereft of talent. Bereft.
Oh.
I mean, can you name?
Was it Willie in them?
Willie was there.
I don't know.
Del Negro.
Terry.
Little Terry Cummings action. Alvin at the end.
See, I'll even say that that's a better situation.
No. We're more talented now than we were then.
But so are the other teams.
And that's really the argument. But
I think they're basing that more off the other teams than they are the Spurs. That's what I'm saying. I don't think this is a knock, even though the story reads like
it is a knock. It is a knock. If you are adding the greatest prospect by every measure we've seen, better than David, better than Tim, this guy is supposed to change the world. And he arrives, and they're saying, don't expect even 25, 10 less than David. Don't even expect to win 35 games, because not only is he here, but those young dudes are a year older.
Rod Strickland, Johnny Moore, Willie Anderson, Terry Cummings. Come on, Sean Elliott. That team is much better than this team that Wemby's walking into. Come on now, Rob.
Oh, I think I will give you.
Johnny Moore's in the rafters.
I will also throw on that team Uwe Blab, Jeff Lebo,
Frank
Zarko Pozpai, the locker room lawyer that was Frank Burkowski, Christian Velp, Reggie Williams, and the great David Wingate.
Hey, Mo Cheeks was here too.
Mo was assistant coaching.
See, come on, Rob. That's a little bit better situation.
Was Mo on that team, or was he coaching?
No, he was on the team.
That's right. That was his last regular gig.
Better situation. Wemby, we're really asking Wemby to be Jesus in year 1. It just ain't fair.
Yes, we are asking Wemby to be Jesus in year young. And why is it suddenly not fair now? But we expected that of David.
Because
we expected it of Tim.
What is this? What team am I looking at?
Tim's rookie
This
year.
is Tim's
rookie year. You had Corey Alexander, Vinny Del Negro, Sean Elliott.
I think other than David.
Jaren Jackson, Avery Johnson, Will Purdue, Chuck Persons, David Robinson, Malik Rose, Monty Williams. Tim team wasn't that good. Disrespect, fellas. Tim, okay. I think Dave's team was better than Tim's.
I think so too. So 35 wins might be a stretch.
So what do you
look
want?
at this roster and say you don't have 20 more wins, which would put you in the play-in realm.
So they would go from 20 to 40.
That might secure you a 7th, 8th seed.
Let me see.
Or a 6th seed. If you're 500, 20 more wins get you to 500. Just about.
The Cavs more than doubled their victory total from the year before, finishing 35 and 47 when they got LeBron James. So that means they only won 17 games and then won 17 more.
20 games? Seriously? We go look at this.
So you
don't even have 20 more games.
So you want Wemby to give you 20 more games, Rob?
I think that should be the floor.
Why don't you say 15?
No.
Let's go 15, Rob. Let's go 15. Let's be fair.
Zion's 15.
Pull up Zion the year before the Pelicans, because the Pelicans tanked for him. But the hell did Zion play?
Well, that's what I saw. Probably a bad example.
I don't even know if he played.
But you can't tell me for 4 straight years that this guy is coming. He is this, he is that. He represents all that is the future. And then when he arrives, go, he's everything we told you, but even that's not enough.
You're laying the wood to Wemby.
No, I'm laying the wood to everybody else.
No, what I'm saying is it's on him.
Yes, it is all on him.
At 19.
Yes, at 19. Other guys have done it.
Because keep in mind, Dave and Tim are in their 20s when they get here.
And there is a definite mixed. There is that I will give you. You had very mature guys step into situations surrounded by mature guys too. On both those teams, you mentioned Terry Cummings and Sean Elliott, those established long-term vets that were there to mentor. I will give you that. And Wemby don't have that. He don't. He don't.
Devontae Graham.
He's going to lean on Zach Collins for what it's like to be a superstar. McBuckets. What's it like being an international superstar where if I get out of a car in Paris or Nairobi or San Antonio where I'm mobbed, what's that like? They can't answer that.
You know what? I think it's also time we stop calling Keldon young. What are we going into? His 5th year?
Yes, you're a
fourth or 5th.
You are now a seasoned veteran at 5 years. You have outlived most NBA lifespans. You've already done it. You've played twice as long as the average NBA player. You've already done it, Keldon. You're a vet. We need to treat you like that. We still look at like you're a child, and you're not.
Wow. Yeah, Keldon's not a kid anymore. He's a vet. 2019, so 2019, 2021. Oh, he's coming to his 5th season.
Yes.
Oh, no.
That's the average NBA career, 2.5 years.
Yeah, he ain't young no more.
So I think we hold them to this standard, and anything less.
Damn, you want 20. That's high expectations, Rob. It is. This is a pretty good NBA we're in, man.
It is, and it was then, too. It was then. It's not, there was talent then.
You're talking about Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal on one team. You're talking about Jamal Murray and Joker.
Do you want to go down to Hall of Famers that David stepped into, the number of Hall of Famers that Tim stepped into? Yeah, the league's good. It was good then, too. I just think that
look, I can appreciate your point of view. Like, hey, man, no, let's go. They said you were the best talent ever in all the sports. I can appreciate it, but I'm trying to stay level. But I can appreciate where you're coming from.
I'm not defending the Spurs.
No, I know.
I am telling them you better get 20, and if you don't, it's on you. It's not about, well, the league is different. No, you brought in by every measure, and I've not seen anything that proves anything different, that this guy is the next. And barring injury, there better be 20 wins. We have to set some expectation. Not, this is a process or a project. No. He's worth that. 20 wins. Until, of course.
Well, I know one thing, Rob. I know if you want to bet that the Spurs go from 20 wins to 40 wins,
I'd like that.
I'd go to betus.com. Like, with Rudy, I don't have a betus.com account. First of all, why not? Rob's only been talking about him for 6 years. Rob and I both have only been talking about him every day, all day. And we've told you they're going to give you money for your money, 125% sign-up bonus. And since it's their 30th year in business, which means a lot, ask anybody that plays the sports handicapping game. You make it 30 years, you are on point. They're going to give you up to 30 risk-free bets. What are you waiting for? 200% crypto sign-up bonus, 250% casino sign-up bonus. And guess what? It's going to make Sunday football and Saturday football that much more entertaining, and NBA basketball. You know, normally you check out of an NBA game third, fourth quarter if it gets out of hand. Want to make it a little bit more exciting? Get some live in-game betting at BetUS.com. Get started today. Stop procrastinating. BetUS.com or 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's the sportsbook and casino where the game begins.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
MVP's bonus days are back at Lowe's. Shop the largest selection of Klein tools and get 5 times the bonus points. Plus, right now, buy a DeWalt Power Stack battery kit and get a select DeWalt Bear tool free, up to a $249 value. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid 9/18 through 9/29. Subject to change. DeWalt offer valid through 10/11.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi, this is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we've represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Visit CordellCordell.com to take the first step.
Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Paid for by Cordell & Cordell.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's football season and the Roo Pub is kicking off their 10-year anniversary party. Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch a game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College football, pro football, the games are on at the Roo. Aggie fans, every game will be on with sound. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Celebrating 10 years, the Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Lots of college teams have school traditions, like Gig 'em. To get the word out about Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating, I suggest we institute the following Quarter Moon Yell. Plum 'em!
Plum 'em?
We've got a whole team of fully stocked trucks, and our customers are the best in Texas. I say Quarter Moon, you say Plum 'em. Quarter Moon!
Folks, at Quarter Moon, we have a spirited tradition of solving every home problem imaginable, from plumbing to air conditioning to heating. Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC, and Heating day or night, and we'll fix them.
License number M16004, DACLA 0007435E.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
And attention, Dallas Cowboy fans. Twin Peaks is giving away epic Cowboys jerseys all season long just for catching a game at one of the 4 San Antonio area locations. Get to Twin Peaks for every Cowboys game for your chance to win. Ask your Twin Peaks girl for more details.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
I love San Antonio, man. I love it.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's R&R here on the Star. Rudy J. Rob Thompson with you.
Yes, sir.
Week is just beginning, though it is hump day.
You got the trash out?
I got the trash out. It's in good shape. Now, we are going to get busy here on the San Antonio Sports Star. Tomorrow, the Blitz will be live out at the Cigar International there on I-10. Flight by Yingling will be out being poured. They're going to have tickets to the State Fair the weekend of a big game, and I think you'll be able to get into that big game with those tickets.
Well, this is the thing, Rob. Don't Jason have to smoke a stick? Like, don't you have to? Like, even if it's a smaller one that doesn't take long, he has to smoke a cigar, right? Like, that's like going on a wine tour or a beer tour and not having a beer or wine.
He smokes cigars, doesn't he?
No.
He's never smoked a cigar. I felt like I
when I put in the group chat, like, hey, I can't wait to see Jason smoke a cigar, Joe came back and was like, he's not going to, which is, like, it's blasphemous.
Yeah, it's kind of a win in Rome thing.
You know what I mean? Right. Thank you. Like, do you go on a wine tour, Rob, and be like,
no, I just drink. I just drink beer in a bottle. I was going to say
he has to smoke a cigar tomorrow.
He won't. He should. But especially, you're going to have to help me, though.
I got you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. Well,
out.
they did a little bundle, like the perfect beer, the perfect cigar. They already did a little bundle out there that they made a little flyer for, and the Cigar International people have helped Yingling with the pairing of a really good cigar. So I got you.
I am down. We're talking Spurs. A decade after the 20 season that brought Tim Duncan, we continued to improve by adding different guys. We kept growing, but it was where Tim landed next to David and some serious invested veterans that had been around the league. And Pop surrounded him with the likes of Mario Ellie and a journeyman in Avery Johnson, NBA types. Well, Wemby's landing in a different position. I mean, his seasoned veterans are Zach Collins and Dougie McBuckets and City Osman and a couple, journeymen, not guys that have really.
I like Osman, by the way.
I do,
go ahead.
But not guys that have tasted and have been a part of the fandom and the stardom that goes into being an NBA superstar. That is as taxing and as difficult to deal with as any game and any night that he's going to have to guard Luka. I mean, it's going to be it's hard being a star, and that's part of turning your team around. So it is more difficult, but the expectation to go, the Spurs are only worth 9 more wins with Wemby, I think is doing the Spurs a disservice and is setting the Spurs up for, imminent success. If you win 12 games, you go, hey, we were ahead of schedule. Kind of like last year, we thought they were going to win 18 games and they won we22. And you go, well, hey, we're better than we thought.
Probably would have won. Look, the reason why you're making a great point is, Rob, because I feel like as soon as they got some continuity and they got in a rhythm and they won a game or they won a couple games, they started load managing people or somebody came up with injuries. So I think last year, let's say they weren't tanking. I think last year, if they were just like, we're playing straight up, we're going to go out here and try to win, I think they win 30.
Yeah.
So that's 8. So then I could count on Wemby for 12. That gives you 20. I'm trying to temper your expectations, Rob.
I'm looking at BetUS.com.
Okay, yeah, let's talk
about because I will tell you, I believe Scoot Henderson's going to be the MVP, the rookie of the year. I think he's more ready to come in and do the things that will help Portland win games and be in a position, especially because it looked like Dame might still be there.
Fair.
And given that, BetUS.com has Wemby A prohibitive, not just kind of favored. On the money line, he's minus 110 on the money line. The closest guy to him is plus 300. Prohibitive. He'll fall out of bed and win Rookie of the Year. And if you're going to win Rookie of the Year, you're not going to do it on a suck-ass team, and you're not going to do it sucking yourself. So if he goes out and offers the Rookie of the Year kind of performance that we expect, if he just does what Paolo did, if he just does that.
Paolo was great.
That's 20 wins, not 8. If he is just Paolo Banchero, who is by every measure going to be a superstar.
He's a dog.
But let me tell you, I was told that Wemby was better.
We were told Sam Bowie was better too.
Well, that's crack leg later. That's bad knee later. I'm not. That's other. That's other. And Chet Holmgren, no. But what I'm saying, a fully functional. How dare you look at the Spurs and say, yeah, 8.
Vegas has its reasons. Stop worrying about the line, Greeny. You're focusing too much on that line. It's not Spurs disrespect. It would be Spurs disrespect if it was ESPN saying it. This is Vegas, and they got a bunch of different reasons as to why. And then you got to also factor in, Rob, that he's going to probably play 66 games. Why do I say 66? Because that's the number so he can win, the after season award.
That should be the line to bet. What's the number of
66.
games? 66 plus 1.
So he's going to be out 16 games.
Yeah, I would bet that.
See what I'm saying? So that I think that factors into that number.
You know what? That does play a huge role, and that's something that we don't factor in. These new rules,
he ain't playing 82,
and load management, and the modern expectation of the new athlete. You're just not going to see him as much,
especially at that height, 7'3". Okay, Victor, we know you're not 7'5". Feet, you can do all the yoga and stuff you want, but big guys that size get hurt. So again, he's going to get 66 games. So that's going to be 16 where they got to figure out how to play without him when they've been playing with them in the entire season. So there's reasons behind the madness as to why Vegas comes up with the number they come up with. I would take the over. I'd go to betus.com and take the over.
I think so. Yeah, I would take the over. I'm not afraid of that one. And the line's good right now. Go to betus.com. Remember, that bet could be protected with Bet Protect. Go ahead and make the deal.
So if I do 100, help me out. I put 100 on Scoot. He's plus 300. I win.
Yeah,
it's a good little win.
It's much better win with Scoot than it is with Victor.
Sorry, Vic. I might put my money on Scoot.
And again,
I like the bigger win.
I think so. One last thing here when we talk about where the Spurs are going or what to expect from them. How much will be given to him in responsibility because the Spurs didn't address point guard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you look at the Nationals, whenever I read anything about the projection for the Spurs, it's not about Keldon. It's not about Devin. It's not about the dudes that are there. It's not even really about Trey. It's about the dude or the person or the player that's not here, and it's point guard.
Oh.
That's when I read everything, it is that.
It could be Malachi. I like what I saw from him this summer.
People forget he's a first-round draft pick. Don't forget, he's a first-round
Blake
draft
Wesley's
pick.
Still there. Devontae Graham's still there. He could really be the starter. This is the thing I also feel like, Rob. I don't think people realize that they're not superstars, but there's some really good players on this team
that have yet
and that have
spotlight.
Yes, that know this system and know this defense. And again, they're going to be better.
But just 8, come on. Give us something. Hey, coming back, Jerry speaks to the quality of his head coach and the decisions that he made in preparation for Week 3 game against the Cardinals. And I put it to you. MVP is a question. Can Micah get it? And if Micah puts the team in a position for himself to get it, does Dak need to become Joe Flacco? We're talking about it next. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Rudy talked to Dr. Jason Garrett just a couple of minutes ago about his golf swing. He couldn't activate his glute. I don't know what that means, but it was kind of tight. When you talk about dealing with everyday pain, so many of us deal with little things that we just decide to live with. And then it starts affecting your golf game, and then it starts affecting your life. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. That's why I am such a fan of Arasti, because they do get you out of pain in a very remarkably quick way. Arasti providers are all around San Antonio. I bet there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are right now. You want to find them, go to Arasti.com. There's a great map of all the providers, and new are being added all the time. And the reason that there are so many of them is because what they do works. that use your body's maximum potential, healing potential, to get yourself back in the game. Your body can fix itself with the right amount of help, and that's where Arosty comes in. See, it's a combination of a lot of things. I can tell you what it's not. It's not about long-term treatment. It's not about medication to dull or to hide the pain. It's certainly not about surgery. It's about getting yourself fixed. So if you're dealing with pain like lower back issues, if you're dealing with a sprain or a strain, and boy, they're good at that. If you're dealing with frozen shoulder, plantar fasciitis with your bad feet, tension headaches, all those can be fixed and fixed fast with Arosty. Did you know that on average, Arosty patients get themselves back in the game in under 4 visits? Can you imagine getting yourself back in the game? To live with pain, it can be fixed and quicker than you might think. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call an Arosty provider today. Get yourself fixed, and before you know it, you're back in the game, and I know you'll be thanking me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Come up later on The Blitz, another jam-packed show for you. A lot of football talk. We'll talk Texas Longhorns with KI Sports Director Bob Ballou. That's coming up at 4:15.
Plus, Jane Slater on the Dallas Cowboys. She will be on at 5 o'clock. We'll talk to a gridiron great. Kellen Winslow Sr. joined us at 2:30. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
License number 16934C. Hi, folks. Joe Reinagle here. You know, at Woods Comfort Systems, the heat is on. It's time to get that new energy-efficient AC system for your home. And there's no better time than today, because you can take advantage of up to $3,700 in rebates and tax credits. Woods is going to throw in a free smart thermostat as well, a free 12-year parts and labor warranty, and a free MERV 11 media filter. Plus, you're going to get a free Solaris indoor air quality package to boot. Hey, this special's not going to last long, so give them a call now for details or to schedule your visit with one of Wood's home comfort advisors and take advantage of up to $3,700 in rebates and tax credits. Woods is going to throw in a free smart thermostat as well, but you have to call Woods Comfort Systems today to take advantage of this special offer. 512-842-5066, 512-842-5066, or visit them at woodscomfortsystems.com.
Tour a Meritage home to start living the dream of owning a new home. Each Meritage home is built with the energy and money-saving features like spray foam insulation and high-performance air filtration. Check out any of our communities across the San Antonio metro area and find the perfect fit to start a life built better. Go to meritagehomes.com/San Antonio to learn more and to schedule a private or virtual appointment today. That's meritagehomes.com/San Antonio. Actual energy savings and performance may vary. Meritage Homes is an equal housing opportunity builder.
It can happen in an instant. A car accident can change your life forever, from serious injuries to mounting medical bills to battling insurance companies. Accidents make life harder than it should be. If you've been in an accident, George Salinas Injury Lawyers are here for you. They're local, experienced, and ready to fight for results that make a difference. If you've been injured, don't call just any lawyer. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Big games, big concerts, big events. Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Any city, any event. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, and events from San Antonio to Las Vegas. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar is San Antonio's home for all things sports, drinks, and games. 7 days a week happy hour, sports on all HD screens, and plenty of arcade games. With 5 area locations: North Star, Nacogdoches, Medical Center, St. Mary's Strip, and Thousand Oaks. Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar has you covered for any occasion, catering to you and delivering San Antonio memories for over 10 years. Slackers, San Antonio's home for all things sports, drinks, and games. Follow Slackers on Facebook for events and specials.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
And attention, Dallas Cowboy fans, Twin Peaks is giving away epic Cowboys jerseys all season long just for catching a game at one of the 4 San Antonio area locations. Get to Twin Peaks for every Cowboys game for your chance to win. Ask your Twin Peaks girl for more details.
Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. If you have big dreams or big projects, we hope you'll consider Ewald Kubota.
From small Kubota compact tractors to construction equipment, Kubota is a name you can trust. Or if you aren't committed to buying just yet, we have a full line of equipment you can rent by the day, week, or month. We can even deliver it to your work site. Ewald Kubota is committed to providing excellent customer service and satisfaction. So come by one of our 11 locations. We look forward to serving you. Or visit us on the web at ewaldkubota.com.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich, the former Madison quarterback, and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistent scent, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 6:45 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
Morning, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning, Rob and Rudy.
Good morning.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Reinigle here. Coming up later on the Blitz, a lot of football talk. We're going to talk with a legend. Kellen Winslow will join us at 2:30. Bob Ballou from KI Sports in Austin. We'll talk Longhorn football with him at 4:15. And James Slater from the NFL Network with a little Cowboys talk. Hey, Rudy, as Rob said, howdy to you today.
He almost gave Rob a heart attack.
Welcome back to R&R in the morning. Don't walk into it right before break and go, what happened to your car? Like, what? Something happened to my car? Yeah, that dent. What dent?
Oh, the one that's
that
been
dent.
there?
Yeah. Welcome back to R&R in the morning. Let my heart settle down just a little bit as I thought someone had rammed me in the parking lot. Welcome back. And we got a lot to talk about with the NFL, and Jerry Jones is always talking. He joined 105.3 The Fan yesterday and brought, you're winning. Things are nice. You're winning.
Everybody's happy.
Everybody's giving them,
it ain't so bad. Mike is the best player that we've ever seen ever. The walk, he breathes different. He walks different. His sack celebrations are different. He's crawling like a dog. Everything is so right. They're number one in every power ranking. Lord, I'm done.
And all of it. And Jerry, Jerry talked about how they got here with his head coach, and maybe the guys should take a bow.
I don't know when I've ever seen anything so well covered about how deliberate we were to change some things. But we obviously went in a different direction relative to our play caller. We could do that because Mike was there. But then you had to go in the right direction, so to speak, and to take what we have in Dak Prescott, which is such a positive with the kind of experience he's got and the kind of time that he's had with the staff and with Mike. But to take what we were and then adjust to do some things that would really help Dak. Now that's you've got to go do that. You've got to technically step in there and do it. Well, you can see, and the way that came together out there Sunday, you could see the adjustments that we have made from last year to this year. and you could see the approach and what Dak's trying to do. But then you could also see some of the things that we benefited from having done with Dak, what we've done over the last several years. And all of that would have had to evolve and take some time. So I think Mike, as of this past weekend, should take a bow, so to speak, because his fingerprints are all over that game the way we played it out there Sunday.
Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan yesterday talking about his coach, his quarterback, and his team.
Okay, fair. I just need the same things when it's Philly and when it's San Francisco and when it's Miami, when it's the better teams. I just want this same energy. I mean, if we're holding Dion to these standards, you got the Dan Patricks of the world. Like, oh well, let me see this against Oregon and USC. Well, let me see this against San Francisco and Philly and the upper echelons, not the Zach Wilson, Daniel Joneses. Let me see this same energy and this same like, oh well, then everything's great and blah 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 this. But the good thing about it though, Rob, Mike don't want to hear it. Mike's locked in. The good thing about Micah, like Micah can hear all the stuff we're saying about him. He don't give a damn. They're locked in. So I think you can receive these flowers and still remain focused as they've been locked in since before training camp.
I found it interesting the way he talks about
what's that?
Dak Prescott and the change in the offense. Because he said, yeah, we changed the offense, but it wasn't change for change's sake. We changed away from Kellen Moore, but we had to change in the right way. We had to go in a direction that fit what our team needed. And it was to take away responsibilities from Dak Prescott. It was.
That sounds, but when you say it like that, Rob, it sounds like an insult.
It shouldn't be, but it is. You can take it as an insult.
I would. If I was Dak, I'd take that as an insult.
They're saying you don't need to focus on everything. Just focus on these things. And they gave him these things to focus on. I mean, we know what it is, that the pocket versus the slide. We've talked about it, the line protections. But more important than anything else, this offense was designed for Dak to have fewer options and to act quicker inside of those options.
Okay.
Quick, short, whatever it is, it's quick. It's happening fast. So you don't have you got 1, 2, 3, whatever those 3 are. And after that's done, go get, plan B comes into effect, and plan B does not involve a heaving throw off your back foot trying to make something happen. That no longer is involved because your defense is good enough to save you. So if your defense is good enough for you not to have to take some risks, and your offense is set up for you to take fewer risks and to make more decisions, there was less on your plate. That you just don't have to do as much. And everybody's talked about that, even Dak.
Yes, they have. When you say take away responsibilities, I tend to disagree with that because they've also told me, and Jeff Saturday was on Get Up, and he talked about they get to the line. The way Dallas gets to the line these first couple games, this is coming from Jeff Saturday. Forget Rob and Rudy. That reminded him of him and Peyton Manning in the sense of we're getting you to the line as soon as possible. This way you can oversee everything and then make your decisions. So when I hear that, that responsibility is still there pre-snap.
I'm not trying.
You're talking about post-snap.
I'm talking about focus on the things that you can do. And realize that you don't have to do everything. You've got a defense that'll bail your ass out. You don't have to go get a touchdown, first down every play. You've got a defense that's going to get you the ball back. You got a defense that's only going to give up X amount of points a game.
Right.
You got a defense that can take and erase mistakes and add to it if you don't.
Right.
So it's not a matter of you're not good enough. It's a matter of you don't have to.
Yeah, they're only giving up 5 points a game right now.
But it's a matter of you don't have to do these things. And you can take it as an insult. Like, look, I'm good enough to do these things, and why aren't you letting me? Or you can take it as, you know what? Don't work as hard. Just be good at what you're supposed to be good at. Let everybody else do their job, and we'll talk about it the day after the Super Bowl.
Right.
So with that in mind, I'm just saying, if you do this and you do that, at the end of the day, you will get your just desserts, even though it might not be 6,000 passing yards, even though it might not be 40 passing touchdowns. You'll get your just desserts. But with that in mind, that is really the debate of the day. Because I will tell you this, for the Cowboys to get to the situation where Micah is, in fact, an MVP, legitimate candidate, Dak Prescott has to dim his bulb, not shine so bright, and go be Trent Dilfer. Just don't screw it up.
I'll go a little higher.
Oh,
than
I'm
Trent.
just saying,
No, I know
win
what
a
you mean.
Super Bowl just being a manager and laugh at people when they say game manager. Joe Flacco was making $40 million a year, whatever he was making at one point. He was the highest paid quarterback within 2 or 3 guys.
I mean, you look
as
at
a game manager.
Look at the number 8. Number 8, and when you look at his numbers overall, when on the as far as like a quarterback list, Troy's numbers aren't fantastic. Troy is a first ballot Hall of Famer because he won 3 times. I'm not going to call Troy Aikman a game manager, but he's like a little bit above it. But again, it comes back to you winning. But you got to win more than one, because look how we talk about Trent and Joe and Brad Johnson. Look how we talk about those guys. So we talk about them like they're lesser than. We even Russell Wilson for that matter. So you gotta win multiple if you're going to talk about getting a gold jacket.
Now, to get your flowers, you got to be successful. And on Sunday, they weren't successful in the red zone. It wasn't pretty. They 5 field goals. I mean, you got 30 points, but that's a lot of time at the front door.
Yeah, Jerry did talk about the red zone, didn't he, Eddie?
Yeah, let's hear it. I mean, Aubrey's kicking, but they need some touchdowns.
I don't think we're satisfied at all with what we did in the red zone. If you wanted to look at anything about the game Sunday, that's where we need to get better. On the other hand, to be able to step back and put those kind of points up there, kicking field goals, man alive, think of what that does to the opponent. That just go out there and rack up those kind of points, kicking 5 or 6, 7 field goals. Shoot. And so, but we can't be satisfied with being in short yardage situations there as we have scoring opportunities, not come out with touchdowns. We've got to that really is the one thing in our meetings that we had yesterday. The one thing that was really emphasized is that we've got to get in there and get scores, get in that end zone.
Dude, so wait a minute. I didn't hear anything but in our meetings.
He's there. What hour?
Dog. Bro. Are y'all serious right now? Like, I didn't hear anything. Like, I was listening intently, and then I heard him say in our meetings we had yesterday, and I forgot everything he said before that. Jerry's sitting in there in Mike McCarthy's meetings.
He is the general manager.
Rob,
we've talked about it over and over. I think Jerry really feels like he's part of this. He's taking ownership like he is an assistant coach in our meetings.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if Tim Spence sat in here with us every day
and said our show, and you were just sitting there,
and he just sitting there watching us the whole time, I'd be beyond frustrated. I don't need you sitting looking over my shoulder. I can't perform that way.
I think
you ever tried to perform with somebody watching?
Well,
other than your dog. Or do you even kick the dog out?
That dog's normally not that impressed.
Kick the dog out.
The dog goes walks in and like, well, I'm out.
I've never have either, because I don't think I would be able to.
I think that this is part of McCarthy's grand scheme and has from the get-go. And I brought it up earlier in the show that, the first thing he did when he arrived in Dallas was really make a friend of Jerry. I mean, those guys, Skip Bayless talked about it 2 years ago, that the beginning of the end for Kellen Moore was the more and more of Mike and Jerry hanging out together. And there were these legendary Friday gatherings where it was just those two having a couple beers, speaking of football, and McCarthy holding class and Jerry, whatever it might be. And you could see the fruition of that. Yeah. I mean, as much as McCarthy, he loved Jason Garrett. He loved him. I mean, there's a reason the guy was around for so long, because he didn't earn it, but he was around for a long time. The way he spoke to it, and even after Garrett left, he left the residue of Jason Garrett around there and Kellen Moore. The residue was still there. He loved Garrett and everything that he represented. I've never heard him talk about Garrett the way he's talking about McCarthy. Never.
And this is only after 2 weeks. And he said he wanted him to be around as long as Landry, which I still don't buy that.
We're running out of time. He did speak to the injuries. We're not going to play the quote, but he said, we are holding our breath waiting on Tyler Smith.
And Brandon Cooks.
Do you play him against the Cardinals?
No.
No.
We've been fine.
You know, we're gonna
let him get all the way right.
This week, McCarthy, when he joins us on Friday morning, and by the way, I do think I have a line on a taco delivery service that tacos that he has definitely won. When we come into this week, I think all the injuries, if it's close, it's a no.
Yeah, same.
So if
even Brandon Cooks, like I might let Brandon sit as well, just to get all the way right. It is a sprained MCL. Which from what I'm learned is like a slight tear, if I'm not mistaken.
Just like 0-2 puts pressure on you to do some things that you might not want to do, 2-0 gives you some a release valve. Kind of, you don't have to rush.
But then all hell breaks loose if y'all find a way to lose.
And that would be the Dallas Cowboys' ongoing predicament, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Hey, plan your day accordingly. The Blitz is going to be getting going at 2, and they are chock full of good guests today.
Kellen Winslow. No, wait.
Yeah, Kellen Winslow's going to be here. They will have.
I want to get the Winslows right.
We got Mother Football in here today too. And James Slater
Wednesday?
Coming by. I think James Slater's today.
I don't know. They always have.
They always guests.
They need 17 guests.
Plan on watching them live tomorrow out at Cigar International. Plan on signing up for the golf tournament now. Don't sign up now between now and 2. Don't sign up after they come on there. They're going to try to take credit for it. Hey, Rudy and I got some work to do and some tiki-talkies to go make. Thanks for hanging with us today. We'll see you tomorrow.
It's R&R in the morning. Follow Rob at Rob Thompson ESPN.